baby. Line them up.
What's going on, CBR fam? Back again for another installment of CBR fam. For those CBR, um, we gonna have our brother Ruben on shortly, um, and that's a good dude. I got a chance to kick it with him this weekend at the Dallas NARBC show. And shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Bill Siegel for his party. Shout out to Lupe, man. Shout out to Bill Hoffman. Shout out to my brother Sal, Alum. Who else we had? Marshall Mendez. We had MJ. Um, it was some great people, man. I think I'm blanking. It was a long weekend. Who else we had? We had Carly Keeley. Um, mm, I met Stephen Kush for the first time. Cool ass dude. Um, oh yeah, I got to meet Sony Raju. Got to hang out with Ken Dill and Matt Morris. Also, I got to meet a cool guy named Steve. Shout out to Steve. Um, I met up with Chuck. Got a chance to meet up with Chuck. Um, Ro, Ro, crazy as hell, man. It's gonna come to me. I'm pretty sure that once me and Ruben get on, we'll start talking. We'll remember some people. If I don't remember you at this moment, I apologize. I'm still getting my life back together after being gone for a weekend. No, but he made sure that some shit happened. Lupe, he made sure some shit happened for us. So shout out to Bill Hoffman. Even his absence made sure some shit happened for us. Um, uh, who we got in the comments, man? We got CJ. Shout out to CJ. We got TPC. Um, Dimitri, congratulations, Dimitri, on your clutch. He says free Montini, man. Montini gonna be back. We got cousin Didi, um, Lupe, of course. Great guy, great family man. Shout out to Lupe. What's up, Mike from 1776, man? Shout out to the CBR fan, man, for holding us down, man. Um, I enjoyed talk about some of the guests that we've had on and just, the CBR fam that keeps the show going. Because a lot of times, man, y'all be the driving force behind this show, um, especially with your jokes and your questions. We appreciate y'all so much, probably more so than you'll ever know. Because this show, from the beginning to right now, because really, if I'm gonna be honest with you, we've been at this for 2 years. 2 years of coming and kicking it with y'all. Um, and we appreciate y'all so much for always, being here with us. Um, Even the people that they come in every once in a while, we appreciate y'all too. Uh, Also, man, I want to show y'all something, man. Also, man, shout out to our sponsor, uh, Chris from Innerbox 3D. I'm gonna show you video. I'm gonna show you video, Chris. But I need another video, man. I keep telling you, I need that. All right, we back. Shout out to Chris. Chris has actually been sponsoring us the entire time, basically. So shout out to Chris as well. We got much love for Chris. But yeah, man, it's been 2 years. It's probably I don't know the exact date, but I know it's been about 2 years. I'd have to ask Kino for the exact date. Also, man, we usually try to get you guys to send in pictures of your animals that you got for sale. We like to show your stuff off, just so that we get some more traffic towards the animals you're selling. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's not that I don't like Morph Market. but I don't like dealing with what comes with morph market. So if you're like me and you want to get some notoriety on these animals that you got up for sale, um, we'll put your stuff up, man. We don't got no problem with it, even if it's the same stuff from last week. Just let us know and we'll put it up. Only because I know once you start selling chondros and people hit you up asking about buying a chondro and they're not really asking about it, I think that I don't know what the hell be going on most of the time, but I know it gets aggravating. So, let us know and we'll put it up on the show. Um, Also, uh, I'm gonna show you something from one of our consistent viewers. Um, My man from Exotic A1 Pets, man, he's selling shirts. He told me that he can put your logo on it if you let him know free of charge. The proceeds from these shirts are going to um, a hospital to help with a hospital. Um, so let them know if you like a shirt. I like the shirts. I like the hoodies, man. I'm gonna get me a hoodie. I really like them. So this is just another person in our community that's doing something positive. So when you see people around here doing something positive, you can support them. Then support them. Anything that's negative, just try to ignore it. I guess I don't got a better way to put it. I'm not gonna say attack somebody that's doing some craziness, but we know that y'all gonna attack attack people anyway. Um, Also, man, last week we didn't have a chance to get to the MVF deep dive. It was just so much stuff that was just going wrong with it. And we wanted to talk about carpets with Tony and Big Phil. Um, but we're just gonna talk about it right now. So the post that we were gonna go over last week was about. Hold on, let me pull it up now. The post was about carpondros and cranio. How did they put it in here? God, once again, once again. I don't know, something wrong with Tap Talk. Oh, okay. I think we got it work. The conversation was about carpondro craniofacial abnormalities, and this was the original post. Um, Three of my chondro hybrids have craniofacial abnormalities. I have non-carpondros of various types, some produced by me, some by others, and I thought I would throw this out there to see if anyone has noticed. It doesn't seem to affect their health in any way. And he shows several carpondros. They vary in abnormalities. Um, the person who posted this, his name was Sloop John B. I don't know what that means. I remember there was a R&B singer named John B, but I don't think it's the same John B. Uh, Somebody had posted and asked the question, did any of their clutch mates have any extreme neural tube defects? I don't really know what that means. Gary Trevino posted, it makes sense that these animals will have craniofacial abnormalities since God hates carpondros. I don't know if God hates carpondros. I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of people hate them. I don't necessarily think they're that bad. Uh, Bill Stigl, aka Dollar Bill, some people call him the mayor of Chondro Town. He wrote, John, interesting information for sure. There is a hybrid group on Facebook, and I will inquire there about others finding craniofacial issues in carpondros. I spoke with John Martin, also of the great state of New Jersey, who has produced several clutches of carpondros. He hasn't noticed any facial issues in his animals, but gave me permission to post some pics of carpondros. So then Bill posts some pictures of carpondros. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I like the way carpondros look. Do I want a carpondro? I don't know yet, but I do like the way they look. Somebody then asked about fertility, and then they asked about their jaws. Um, there's some questions that are in here that seem to lead to some people have the the idea off the bat that there is something wrong with carponchos. We do know that there is an issue with some of them being sterile, but I think that all in all, man, you're gonna see more carponchos in the future. Um, I think that these aren't going away. I think as more people come into the hobby and get chondros, there is less people around here saying don't do it, and there's more people that are going to say, hey, go for it. So I don't think this fucking guy, you can't do a reptile podcast without reptile. I don't know what they're talking about right now, but I think that in the future you will see more carpondros, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Um, when I hear people talk about, preserving chondros and the sanctity of chondros, it always sounds like when they talk about carpondros, it's always like the debate about whether to use steroids in baseball. Me personally, I don't care if people use steroids in baseball as long as it's fucking entertaining. That's all I care about. Um, but I do really, really enjoy seeing Carpondros. Um, I don't really have anything else to get to at this point. We're gonna bring in our guest, Ruben, eventually. I don't know where Keno is. I guess Keno's finally at home, man. I haven't heard from this waffle head motherfucker all fucking day. I see Ruben's in the back. He's laughing. I see Keno's rockhead ass in the back laughing. If y'all didn't know, uh, when Keno was a young boy, he was a member of a gang. They were called the Golden Lords, and they used to battle this superhero called Meteor Man, and they always lost, especially Keno. Keno always got his ass kicked by Meteor Man, and I think y'all should know this. So if you ever see this man Keno holding a gold or a glowing green rock, you should just expect that he's trying to get his get back because he just had his ass kicked by Meteor Man once again. Um, I'm gonna bring in Ruben and Keno right now. What up, Rube? What up, Keno?
Hey, look, shout out to the Golden Lords first off.
I'm surprised you heard it.
The Lord, hey, shout out to Green Glowing Rocks. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know about the Golden Lords, man, look, something wrong with you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it
If
was
y'all
a
don't
it
know,
was a it was a thing in time. Keno used to get beat up by Meteor Man all the time.
but look though, one thing happened was anytime that I pulled up on him, that gold high top fade was in effect. It was perfect. You know what I'm saying? I had the
Yeah,
gold vest on. He used to be like,
with
Lords,
with the Bobby
Lords.
Brown suspenders.
Out of pocket.
Was
Out of
walking around
fucking
with a
pocket.
tiger.
All right, man. Enough of the bullshitting, man. We got our man Ruben here. Ruben, it was wonderful once again seeing you. I
Dude,
I, I wish we had more
we had a
time.
very very intense weekend. We had a
We did have a
yeah.
very very intense weekend of
Intense.
intermittently drinking beer and
Okay.
driving 45 minutes everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was literally that. You drink a beer.
Nah, we didn't drink though. We were sober. That's bro. That's
Oh
bro.
yeah. Oh yeah. 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 We were super sober.
Hey, bro, I heard Rose. Never mind. You know what? I'm gonna keep that for offline.
Ah,
see,
I hope that man's in the comments. I hope that man's in the comments.
He said Rose in that bag.
see,
You know.
Ro. Ro, we love you, bro. Bring your ass here. Also, he told me you had something to do on Tuesday, and I forgot what it was.
Fucking
But shout out
excuses.
to
That's
Ro.
what he has. Because he knew I
What
was
you
gonna
say?
talk my shit. He's
Oh
probably
yeah.
hiding because he knew I was gonna talk my shit.
What up, everybody? What up, Noe, Didi,
What up?
CJ up in
Keno
there?
really missed out an opportunity for
But
some fucked up shit in a good way because that shit was hilarious.
yeah,
Yeah, man. We wish
I
you
heard
was
y'all was
there,
out there
man.
gallivanting around Dallas. You know, acting like some heathens.
Yeah, we was,
Bro,
man. We
compared
was
to
for real
last year's,
gallivanting. We had on we was like it was like the 1700s. We had on some knickers. We was putting macaroni in our hat. We was having a good old time. Uh
Is that a euphemism for something? Putting macaroni in your head?
I don't know, bro. I'm still
Okay,
trying to figure out what that means.
okay.
Just said put a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. What does that mean? We was doing that shit though. We didn't have feathers, but we
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 don't know
had
what it
macaroni
means,
in our
but
hat.
we don't know what it meant, but we were doing it.
Yeah, we was doing it.
I don't know, bro. You would
Ruben, you
blink and
better
there's
be
nothing
careful,
going
Ruben.
on.
That's how you get locked up, Ruben. You better be cool.
I mean, look, I'm gonna tell you, like we were talking about it during the party. In this kind of situation, I'm not getting locked up. You're just gonna see me at the border. I'm getting deported. We ain't wasting time.
Damn. I think I'd rather be locked up.
Nah,
Oh shit! Ro ass done showed up. This man done showed up.
he's over here apologizing. Hey, he said he didn't remember, so I
My
guess it
fault.
doesn't count if he doesn't remember.
I think it does. I think it does absolutely count. Like
A rumor.
everybody
I think a
remembers
rumor.
Ro.
I heard a rumor that he just waking up now.
Yo, you know what's
Nah,
wild?
it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense because that boy Trav and Sal dropped this man off. They said he busted his ass. I'm gonna rat your ass out, bro. I'm letting you know right now. We putting your business out there because we were supposed to have a post party podcast with everybody, but we're not. But we're still gonna talk about it. But this man was drunk, and we found him the next morning. Not even 12 hours later, perfectly fine, no hangover.
Perfectly fine. Yo,
Like that,
it's
I give him
amazing.
props for that one. I give him props for that one.
Ro, you got super youth on your side right now, bro. This man
I
was
don't know
completely
what you were
fine the next
on
day.
to keep you that focused to stay that sober afterwards, because ain't no way.
Yo, I would tell y'all this. When me and Sal got out the truck, we was walking towards Bill's house. Ro just pops out of nowhere. I didn't know that there was anybody in the car in front of me, and Ro just popped out of the car. He was like, "Hey man, what y'all doing?" I was like, "Where the fuck did you come from?" And he was like, "Hey, let me get one of them beers." Like Ro was on it before he got in the party. So shout out to
Ro
Ro.
just no Ro Ro just spawned. That man just spawned and then despawned.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? It is kind of like that because Ro got out of a car right in front of me, but I didn't see him get out of the car.
It's like
I
the
did.
the loading. It was like the loading screen whenever you get out of a house in Grand Theft Auto. It kind of just takes a second and they just appear. That was Ro.
Oh yeah. Oh, Kino, you know what I said? Oh, where did Ruben go?
Hey, shout out to the. You said what?
Bro, do you realize that we've been doing this show for like 2 years?
Yeah, I was about to say. Shout out to the 1 year anniversary of the Chondro Bar Room. You know what I'm saying? Code for
No,
that bread.
Kino, 2 years.
Damn, 2 years.
Lock
Damn,
my
it
whole
is
phone.
2024. That shit was wrong. Hey, shout out to the 2 year anniversary of the Chondro Bar Room code. You know what I'm saying? For shout out to our sponsor, man. Teddy for hanging in with us, dealing with our bullshit. You
Yeah,
know,
because we done been on some shit sometimes, man. Shout out to everybody that's been there the 2 years, man.
for sure.
We
We got a
we
dope ass
enjoy
sponsor,
still
man.
being here and kicking it with y'all on
I
Tuesday
mean,
nights.
it's legit
Uh,
been almost a year since me and Lupe were on here.
Hmm.
Or like we're like 1 or 2 weeks short of whenever it was.
yeah,
Yeah, and that was like a year in.
it was like
Uh,
the Mexican insurgents.
Yep,
It
yeah,
was
they
that's
three. It
were
was
right.
three
first.
Mexicans. It was three Mexicans on that show and one black guy.
Tito thinks that I'm Mexican because my wife is Mexican. I don't understand why he thinks that. But shout out to all my Mexican family out there. I love y'all.
Chocolate
Uh,
Uno.
Chocolate Uno.
Shout out to my Mexicans out there, though, man. I
We
love
love
y'all.
y'all. And shout out to our boys, the GM Reptiles, man. We gotta get y'all back up here again. Them some cool ass dudes,
They
man.
putting on for the brothers south of the border. Hell yeah.
Yep. Shout out to GM Reptiles. If you don't know about them, go follow them. If you're looking at retakes and they coming up in the Conjo game, they got some other stuff working over there too. So shout out to my boys out there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, I'm glad that you finally made it here. Kino, you made it like really like close to when the show started, bro. I'm like really proud of you. I'm so proud of
I'm
you.
talking about backhanded ass compliment is that dog.
It's not a back. I mean, it is kind of backhanded, but I'm still proud
Hey,
of you.
you ain't shit, man. It always your homies. You can count on your homies. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, man, shit, I've been leaving you out of that green ring for a minute, so you know. It is not
Like
always.
Lil Durk said, watch your homies. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no
Yeah.
way Tucker's confusing an Astros hat with a. This man thinks I'm wearing a Cowboys hat. This is Astros, buddy.
That's the Astros hat.
Yeah, tripping.
Why do you have a Cowboys hat? Look, y'all got to realize Tuck is not. He's born in a Mormon society.
Was he really?
Yeah, so he's not all there. He's kind of, he kind of touched.
I feel like Tuck was born like a hippie commune or some shit.
I'm never gonna forget the time that you guys said he looks like a bootleg version of Dave D, and I could not unsee it after that.
They said he looked
After
like Dave
that,
D on meth.
oh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I'm never gonna forget when Keno said that man had a cul-de-sac and that shit kind of stuck.
I didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't say that. You invented that.
Oh man, I'm never
I
gonna
can
forget
only see
that
the
moment.
pop. What the fuck? What's wrong with him? You took his shrooms again, Tuck?
I can only see the pot. Listen, I ain't never gonna forget when fucking Chris fell down the stairs and we virtually partied over his dead body in the comments.
Yeah.
I never forget that moment. But anyway, man, let's talk about our guest of honor. We got Ruben coming through for Centauros, and last time he was here, he hadn't had a clutch, but he has been rather successful. And we know that you got help there because you're real close to Lupe. But congratulations on your year of success, man.
Congratulations,
How's it
for real.
feel?
It feels weird just because I've never bred a single goddamn reptile in my life, and the first thing I decided to do was breed chondros. I feel like I gained a couple gray hairs in the process.
Who's Annie
That shit
Lee?
was
Is that Mrs. Lupe?
no, that's an I, as in an I, an I.
Okay.
Took her
Ah.
though. Probably took her a minute to literally connect her YouTube onto her phone and figure out how the whole commenting works, but it's all right. But
Hey, shout
the
out to
the clutch was stressful.
shout out to Anak for being here.
Yeah. The main backup I had throughout the whole thing was literally almost everybody in the comments. Tuck helped me. Chuck was helping me. Who else did I speak to? I spoke to a handful of people. I was getting opinions from literally like every possible direction.
Oh, it's Miss Lupe. Okay, all right, okay. Lupe and
No,
Miss Lupe.
that's no.
He was laughing. It's not Mrs. Lupe. Shout out to
Oh,
Mrs. Lupe.
I don't know what's going on right now, then.
It's all right. It's all right.
So you had a pretty good support system. I remember
I
last
fucked it
year,
up on the last 4 days. That's all it was. I just fucked it up on the last 4 days.
but you still had success though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
Like
we'll get
I'll
into
take
that.
I'll take 4 out of 0.
Yeah,
Me.
For sure.
yeah. I mean that's still good, man.
Shit, I
Your
lost
first
8.
clutch,
I
shit,
lost 8.
shit. Ruben, I lost a whole clutch. Then like my third clutch of the year, lost the entire clutch. Gone,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
fucking
this whole
gone.
past weekend, everybody was like reassuring me. They're like, dude, you got 4 out of 18. I've had clutches where they all come out and then they're all starting to perch, and then by the time that they go check on them 2 days later, they're all dead. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes me feel a lot
Yeah,
better.
yeah. You got
Yeah.
you got to learn how to take your wins, man. You're not gonna get them all. It's not fair, but that's just the life we live. Like Project Pat said, you learn a lot of good things from Project Pat. Um, Not gorilla pimping, no, but it is
Yes, it is.
good that you learn that you just don't get them all, man. It's just not gonna work out that way. I seen with my second clutch, I had 26. At the end of it, I hatched 18. Hatched 19. So that's just part of it, man. It's just things that are gonna go wrong, and you're gonna know what it is. There's some shit that's gonna go wrong, and you don't know anything about it, and I think that's just part of it. So, is congratulations to you. Don't try to look too far back in the past regarding it.
Oh hell no! If anything, I feel like that clutch taught me a lot, and it's messed up to say because at the end of the day they're still animals, but it was like a lot of like trial and error. Like, okay, if this works, how about this? Well, if this works, how about this? Like,
Yeah.
it was me trying to figure out because everybody's giving me opinions. I kind of don't want to be like, oh, I didn't take your advice because I took so and so's, but I did take your advice on this, and I go back and forth. So I was trying to make my decision on like how I wanted to do it my way at the end. So, you're working with literally life inside of an egg. So it's kind of messed up when you kind of let them go down. But now I know. So I'm already repeating the pairings. You know, Mrs. Lepe down there is literally, as we speak, adjusting the temperatures and preparing the pairing.
Shout out to Anaya. Oh
She's
man,
at the moment she's cycling them. She is the one for the past 4 weeks that I've been working out of town. She's been the one that's been adjusting the temps. She's been the one that's feeding them. So
that's good that you have some support like that. It's
Sure.
nice that she got your back and trying to help you chase your dreams, man. That's a wonderful thing.
if only I would have left the camera turned on whenever the eggs popped up, bro. It was the most funniest thing for Christian Stewart, for Chuck, and for basically all my family. Like, it was a shit show because I was working out near Lubbock. That's like 8 hours away, and they found out that she had honeycombed the eggs. They had no idea how to handle her. They were afraid of getting bit. So that was a funny shit show that I'm sadly do not have video of.
Hey man, I don't even know what to say to that, man. Just being
It was
away and knowing that your
yeah,
first clutch of eggs come out and you
Yeah.
not being there. That's got to be, it's got to be a happy moment. But then it's just like shit, man. I would have wanted to see it.
legit. The eggs came out on a Tuesday. I got home from working out of town Friday at like 7 in the morning. So if they could have just waited, that would have been great. But I also didn't want them to wait.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chondros for doing things on our time and not theirs. That's always a wonderful thing when they don't do
Straight up.
things on their own time because that's usually how they do them. But yeah, man. So, before we get too far into talking about the clutch and just other snake stuff, tell me about yourself for people who don't know you, and the fact that you yourself, you were born in Mexico. So tell us about your life, man, and tell us about your background with reptiles as well.
What's up, guys? My name's Ruben. It's Centenario Conjos. It's kind of like the Lamborghini Centenario. Kind of, I don't care how you pronounce it at this point. It's a very complicated name.
Hey, no, no, no. So when you say
Yeah,
Centenario, you make sure you roll that motherfucking R. Okay,
Actually,
Centenario.
put some
you
respect.
literally just said it like to a T. You just said it like perfectly.
Oh
You
well, you
must
know
be
what I'm saying.
Mexican.
Look, you know what I'm saying. I can speak a little bit of Espanol. I can speak a little bit of some of that shit. Just un poquito. You know what I'm saying? Not too much.
If
That
you
boy
didn't know
Kino, that
Kino,
boy Kino's Puerto Rican or Dominican.
if you didn't know Kino goes to the Mexican grocery store every week and buys an obscene amount of cheese. So he's in there often.
No, hey, look, dog. I went to Mexico. I think what 2 times in like 3 years. I love my Mexican people now. You know what I'm
I'll
Mexican.
take you to some parties. You know, with some cartel people. Some slight.
saying? What, man? Hey, you know what I love about Mexico? By the way, while we on that topic, I love the fact that in they sweets they don't use like a whole bunch of sugar like we do here.
What you
It's
mean?
for they sweets like they desserts.
Oh
They use
yeah,
they use
yeah.
the
Yeah,
natural
they're not
sugar,
as
not
sweet
all
as
that
ours.
artificial shit. I love that.
You don't eat them Paula Deen desserts where you take a bite and the bottom of your jaw starts hurting for all that fucking sugar.
They got to cut your toe off like 2 weeks later. No, they got. Shut up, man. Matter of fact, we need to go to Mexico again.
Yeah, we do. We
I
do
I leave in
need to
like
go to.
what's today? Today's the 10th. I leave in like 2.5 weeks.
Where you going?
Back to the same place I was at whenever we did the podcast last year. I'm literally gonna be having the exact same parties too.
Okay, all right.
It's like an
All
every
right.
year thing.
You got to get up with my guy. My guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying?
um, But for everybody, I kind of started keeping ball pythons and a boa when I was like in elementary. I kind of entered that teenage stage in middle school, kind of gave that shit up. But I got the opportunity to basically volunteer at one of the aquariums here in Houston. Well, I'm not in Houston, but I live in Houston. From there, I was literally handling 17 foot retics, that Asian water monitor y'all see on my profile. Um, I, I got to work with a lot of reptiles, and about a month or two in, everybody from the reptile department was like, "Hey, we're going to a reptile convention following weekend." That weekend, my first purchase was a retic, and I kind of ended up in a loophole from there because I realized I have adult money, I can buy whatever the hell I want, and
It's not anything bad.
it is
But
not at
look,
all.
you still got your retake.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that big girl. She is 11 feet. She's the biggest baby. That's the one snake everybody wants to pet that what they want to handle. She's the biggest while also being the biggest baby. I love her. I would never let her go. But
So how is it? Hold on, before you go, how is it
no, go ahead.
dealing with her shit?
Okay. There there's the good times and then there's the bad times. And the bad times is whenever she decides to she decides to shit like a mountain. And when we're talking about a mountain, uh it's it's just fucking disgusting. We can make that out, but it is. And then there's times where she just drops like chondro adult shit.
Okay.
I use like the puppy bags whenever you walk your dog
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
use. I do the same method, but in her substrate. I just pick it all up.
What'd you feed her? Rabbits?
No, I still she's on double X rats.
Okay. I wanted
She's
to
not a
get
breeder.
some
She's
like
not a breeder. She's not gonna be a breeder. She's just a family
just
pet.
your pet.
So
Yeah.
I don't need her to get big. Everybody has told me like at the size that she's at, the size meal she's eating, everything's great. Like so she just stays how she is. I don't think she'll surpass 13 feet, but we'll
Do
see.
you
I hope she doesn't.
do you I remember Dan Mallory. He was a few years ago. He used to see him in the wild. Do you and he saw that they climbed a lot. Do you give her some climbing options in her cage?
So originally, I didn't have anything in her cage. All I had was her water bulb, which I gave her a soaking tub, and she loves it more than anything. She will literally finish a meal and go and dump her whole body inside that water and just sit there for an hour. But after a while, I started realizing she kept trying to glide on the walls. So I used spare wood that I had in my garage and I built her a shelf. And you will literally walk in there one moment, she's curled up. Next moment, she's soaking. The next moment, she's literally crawling all upon that shelf. She is utilizing it. She loves to crawl.
Right.
What do you mean glide on the wall? It's like when you put baby oil on for your
No, like she'll
pets,
literally, like,
and you
instead
just
of her
try to
just
hump
kind of,
somebody, you glide on their butt.
Like
no,
that.
no, no. God damn it. You're worse than Kino with goddamn midgets, bro.
Let the record show. I did not mention that tonight. You know what I'm saying? I haven't. I've been like 3. I was 3 weeks. I've been a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
You're 3 weeks sober?
Yeah, man. Drop them fairies. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Drop
drop
them
them
fairies in the
fairies.
comments.
Drop the baby oil though.
Um, no,
And fairies.
she she'll basically kind of be crawling through her cage and she'll go and like put part of her body against the side walls
Yeah.
and she'll just kind
I
of
see
like
that.
you'll literally just see her do this and then she'll go and lay down and then that's it. And like
Do
I'll take her
something.
outside sometimes to get some natural UV and she loves it. She thrives from it. She'll literally go out, find a good comfortable spot in the sun, and she will stop moving. She'll just fully extend it and just soak in some sun, and then that's the window of opportunity where she's about to give me the most nastiest shit of my life.
Have you been able to time that and like have her shit outside so you don't got to clean up the cage?
There's sometimes where I look at her and I'm like, you're gonna shit, and I'll take her out, and the minute she's outside, I give her probably like 5 minutes, and she just shits. And at that point, I ain't gonna pick that up. I'm gonna just let the grass use it as fertilizer.
Yeah.
You got a dog?
Yeah, I have two.
Your dogs don't be trying to eat the snake shit.
Well, I let her shit in the front. They shit in the back. You know, they each got their
As long as they got
designated
the, as
area.
long as they got their shots, she good. They, they got the wine shots. They good.
Get the steak
That's
worse.
facts. That's facts.
All
Yeah.
right, man. So where do we go from your first repick, man?
Oh, that was in 2021. That following October, I bought a pair of allegedly they were CBB Beox, but I should have realized they weren't CBB whenever the price tag of 400 each kind of hit me in the face.
Four hundred
Um,
Damn.
dollars.
they didn't last long. So it kind of sucked. But from there, a lot of Bill Siegel gave me the props that I kind of didn't just kind of quit there. I kind of still kept going. And I did.
For
Like right
sure.
after that, I joined every possible group I could find. I started watching every possible YouTube video I could watch, reading every possible forum, understanding the lineages. I like ended up in a very intense loophole. Started finding cages, started shifting my own snakes that I had then into PVC, started changing everything up. Lupe from Space City Chondros, formerly was GSJ Chondros,
Shout
had a
out to brother
male.
Lupe.
Yeah, he kept offering me a male Cyclops, and I was like, just give me a second. I want to make sure I feel like 100% ready for it. He's like, no problem. If it sells, it sells. And I was like, fuck it. But then the opportunity came up. He goes, I got a male and a female. And I was like, look, I'm going to be back. I was working out in Pensacola. I was like, let me get back in town and I'll go and scoop them up. And literally the day I got back, I was home for probably 2 or 3 days. I set up the cages, made sure I had purchased, pulled up to his house. And he was only like an hour, 15 minutes away. And I picked up my first pair of Cyclops. And that was in June of 2022.
Okay.
Right.
That's where the bad decision started.
Hey man, but you made it through, bro. You made it through.
Yeah, bad
Because like
decision.
from there, I was like, oh, I want Cyclops. All right, I want. From there, I was like, I want Manaquaris. I want Sarongs. I wanted to shoot because I didn't think a full blue snake was completely possible. I kept looking at the ones that everybody would post, and I'm like, oh, that's like $15,000-$20,000. Just because I didn't want to go and ask and hurt my own pockets. Yeah, that my perspective on that is completely different now.
But you ready to drop the 15 bands?
Would I drop the 15 bands?
Yeah.
We had the conversation at dinner like a couple days ago. Yeah. Depending on genetics, now that I understand lineages, genetics, phenotypes, the full nine, if the animal is the right animal, I will drop the money if it feels that it's kind of will work with my projects as well as if everything in the lineage is good.
We had that conversation about what is your
You a good one. That's for
property
rich people.
animals.
You and Travis be having a lot of conversations because that's a rich person conversation. Not me, goddammit.
Yeah,
I
Well,
got
listen,
it's
let's not
I
talk
just
about
got
you, motherfucker.
kids.
see.
I
I'm
got
gonna
Let's
defend
not
it. I'm gonna
talk
defend
about
it.
you.
no, you don't gotta
I'll,
defend it. I understand it. It's just I ain't gonna do it. That's
I'll
all.
I'll do it, but I'm also not doing it to the idea, kind of like the last podcast I was on. I'm not gonna do it to get rich or make any money off of it. I'm gonna do it to where if the animal fills in a slot of my projects, I'm gonna be able to get another animal. Hopefully I
For
get a
sure.
male, and I might get 2 or 3 females, and in that season I might put one or two of those females to get with that male. I know that okay, the male is blue line with calico. Cool. One side of the family is heavy blue line, the other side is blue line calico. But then the female is strictly blue line or strictly calico or it's just a melanistic line. So at that point, I'm still curious what the fuck's gonna happen. How are the babies gonna look? What are they gonna look like doing OCC? And so at that point, I'm gonna breed them together. It's gonna be for my enjoyment. I'm gonna sit there and if some like I told Trav, if Trav tells me, "Hey, bro, I really, really like that clutch. Let me get a baby." I'm only gonna let go of one or two babies the minute they're established, but I'm gonna hold back the rest of the clutch. I'm gonna sit there and hold it back, and I'm gonna watch them go through OCC. And after a year, 2 years, I'll be like, all right, these other ones can go, but I'm keeping the rest. Or I might still keep the whole clutch. If I can pay myself back for one of the parents from that pairing, I'm content. So if I spend $6,000-$7,000 on the sire and I sell two Neos, 5,000 each, or one Neo for 7,000, I pay myself back. I'm breaking even. I'm chilling. At this point, I get to watch these animals change firsthand because everybody in the comments and then all three of us know there's one thing seeing the animal in person during OCC, and there's a completely different thing actually seeing it in pictures. Pictures
Yeah,
sometimes do not do justice.
yeah, that's true.
So the thing
That's
about that
very
OCC, sometimes the OCC you can come out and go outstanding as OCC, get a plain snake, you stuck with it. Like damn,
Yeah.
is this $15,000?
true.
I mean, I'm gonna make it to where I have a spreadsheet, and I'm gonna set it up to where as I'm buying snakes and as I'm kind of letting go of some holdbacks and stuff, I want at the end of the line, when I reach the point to where I'm no longer buying snakes, I want to make it to where after a couple of years I can break myself even. So at that point, I did everything just for fun. My investment is paid back, and anything I sell, anything after that is just profit.
I'll be back, y'all. I can still hear y'all, so keep going.
Oh God, where are you going now?
Hey, he got a lot of kids. His kids be running around a lot. All right, so then, so I guess talk about. You said you had some challenges with the quest. Kind of talk to us about it. How did you get get your cycle your animals up to that point? Did you temp cycle or food cycle? Talk about that. Talk about getting the eggs.
All right, so last year and this year, I'm doing the same method. I'm temp cycling, but there's a couple things that I did at the very end, nearing her meal rejection last year that incorporating off the bat now. Last year, I did a temp drop, and it from like the first week of August all the way
So
up
high,
until
so high voltage.
it took me all the way up until the very last weekend of September, right before I left to Mexico, because I was going to be gone for 10 days. So I thought it'd be the opportunity to drop it all the way down, and I dropped it to I believe it was 74 last year, and I had it
Okay.
on a 12-12 cycle. I went to Mexico, came back, and that following day after I came back, I put them together. I had consistent logs. He would log for 4 days, and after that, on the fourth or fifth day, that log wouldn't be as long. I'd pull him out. About 24 hours later, I'd feed her, give her about 3 to 4 days to relax, put him back in there, and I would feed her weaned rats for the most part. Just because they were more consistent meals, I gave her smaller meals. Um,
Yeah. He was on that about what weekly?
Yeah, I was doing that weekly. I was giving her winglings weekly, but it's just to give her build her up a fat reserve.
Yeah, I guess you.
Shut up,
Um,
Pat. Shut up, Tuck.
but
What up, Deli?
it it was taking a minute. They were locking for 3 to 5 days
Okay.
every week, and she just would not reject. I ended up asking Socrates, Bill, Patrick, and I believe and Christian Stewart. I asked them all the same question. They all gave me the same answer. Just keep going at it. So I kept pairing, but then I ended up in a phone call with Christian where he was able to tell me, break down what I was doing, and he gave me some options. He didn't exactly tell me do this, but he gave me options that I could try. And option number one was I ended up changing instead of having 12 on 12 heat and cooling, I swapped it to 14-10. So I had 14 hours of cooling, and I started at 5 p.m. and it ended at 7 a.m. And then I had 10 hours of heat. That actually Oh, and then I dropped it about another degree. It ended up being 72.5 at the end. And that
That's
following
about
first day,
that's what I do.
Yeah.
yeah.
I do
And that
14
following
on, 10
first day
off.
when they locked
I mean,
up,
10 on, 14 off.
it was the temp drop started at 5 p.m. And I remember that by 7:30 p.m. they were already locked up. And that he did not let her go until 3 p.m. the next day. It was a solid like 20-hour lock. And then the next day, it was the same thing. They did it for 3 days, and on that fourth day, for the first time ever, on the fourth day, he was on the complete opposite side of the cage. I was like, "It's cool. I'm gonna let them see what happens during the night." During the night, he ended up moving to the next perch over. I just pulled him out, put it back in his cage, gave her another 24 hours. I offered her a meal, she rejected.
Okay.
I kept putting him back in there. I gave her 3 days. Put him back in there. He didn't want to log, but I left him in there for 4 days, and I did that for 3 more weeks on, just until I could kind of get it for sure, for sure. And I ended up getting 4 solid meal rejections. I left it alone. Never put him back in there. I just waited for the ovulation. The minute I got an ovulation for her, which was from January 9th to the 12th, I went ahead and turned his cycle from 14-10, put it back on 12-12, and I put him back on regular heat. And I actually, to be honest with you, I don't remember when I put. I think I slowly ramped her heat back up. I It was a 8-degree difference that I usually had her, and I was slowly ramping her up. And after the 4-degree jump, I changed it from 14:10 to 13:11, and then after the other 4 degrees, whenever she got back to normal, I put her on 12:12. Got an ovulation, second week of January. Got eggs the last week of February. The eggs hatched April 19th of this year. It was initially 18 eggs. Three of them molded in the process, but they were three completely different eggs that were in three completely different placements. Like they weren't next to each other, so they didn't cause each other to like mold or anything. They were just.
Yeah.
I guess it was natural selection. That's the one part I'm still trying to figure out. But I do have one thing in my head I'm keeping for this year. Patrick told me that even if the egg molds, does not mean it's dead. Like it does not mean that that's the end of the line for it.
Yeah, that's
So
true. Unless it
if
starts smelling.
yeah, that's exactly.
And desiccating, yeah, too.
Yeah.
So come this year, if I start seeing a molded egg, I'm gonna leave it alone, and I'm gonna wait until we actually have an issue. On day 50, I had gotten it was you could say it's advice. I'd gotten an opinion that I took into consideration, but I didn't kind of communicate it with nobody else. I kind of just did it like on a whim, and I separated the clutch. It was put into the incubator as a clump, 18 eggs, three of them, molded out. I peeled them off, threw them away, and then the other 15, they were doing amazing. But I was like, it was mentioned like, oh, you know what? You were able to pull off those three eggs. I'm pretty sure you should be able to pull off the other eggs and be able to set them up for the last 4 or 5 days of incubation. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. So I separated the eggs, and about 36 hours after separating the eggs, they all built up, or about 80% ended up getting wet spots. And the first person I contacted was Patrick. And Patrick told me there was a high chance I may have lost the whole clutch. I appreciate him so much for being straightforward. You know, he told me that, with that one thing, I could have possibly have risked my whole clutch. Instantly, he told me whichever ones that have wet spots on them, cut them open and poke them with a Q-tip. And about half of those were reacting, the other half were not.
Did they develop red spots at the spots where you separate them from?
Yeah.
Dang.
Um, he stated that, you're changing them from being 100% humidity at a certain temperature. I'm pulling them out and I'm putting them in a closet. The incubator's in a closet, and I'm having them in this ambient temperature that's probably like 5 or 6 degrees lower than what the incubator is sitting at. Plus, it's like 50%, drier than it was originally. And I don't have them pulled out for what could have been 2 or 3 minutes. I had them out for a solid 10, 15 minutes because it did actually take me a minute to end up separating them off. Once I started, I was like, I'm already here. I'm not going to just stop because I ended up I started putting them, and I just felt insecure of throwing them back in there with only some of them pulled and some not. So I just sent it. I don't think and I might be able to comment on it. It may have been 15 minutes. It could have been 10. I don't know. It felt like forever because I was so scared of damaging them. Patrick states it could have been damaged blood vessels at separation. They started building up wet windows. I cut open the ones that were wet. 24 hours later, he's like, whenever I got off work, he's like, go ahead and poke the ones that you pre-cut, poke them with a Q-tip, see if you get a reaction. And all of those, even the ones that had gave me a reaction when I cut them, no longer were giving me any kind of any reaction when I would poke them with a Q-tip. And then the remaining, because I think it was like 9 or so that I ended up cutting that first day. Then he told me, all right, the remaining ones, go ahead and cut them now. The remaining ones that had either the tiniest of a window or no windows at all, I cut them open, and every single one of those reacted, and they twitched a lot more than the first ones. That was at like 5 p.m. that day. I went and had dinner. I was pissed off. I was upset because, well, I may have killed almost my whole clutch. I left it alone. I literally finished my dinner. It was like 7:38, and I go and check on them, and that's when I seen one with its head picked out of the egg, and then I had one that was already perched up.
Good.
So it felt relieving. I had in total 7 that were alive and were making progress. I've counted as number 7. Number 7 pulled his head out of the egg. I feel like right then and there I should have cut the egg open a little bit more because I came to find out after everybody came out, that one never did come out. It had actually choked itself with the umbilical cord. Um, that left me with 6 of them. I went ahead and emptied out the tub, and I put just a perch in a wet towel with a little 3-ounce deli cup lid with water so they could drink, and I let them sit in there for another week. And all 6 of those were doing amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
I had that umbilical cord thing happen with 8 babies. All of
wow.
them. All of them died too. None of them made it. So one made it to like 3 weeks old. He had about I want to say maybe 5 or 6 meals, something like that, and then died.
Yeah, for me, it was just that one. Uh, Number 6, the day that I was going to go ahead and move them all to their 6 quart tubs, number 6 actually ended up. I When I pulled them out of the incubator, it was just laying on the ground. So that was number 6 gone. I had 5 all the way through. I lost number 5, but number 5 was super tiny. When I tell you it was tiny, it almost looked like a fake snake. That snake was. It didn't eat a single thing from its yolk. It was maybe a solid 4 to 5 inches long. It was like
Overall though, with your experience with them cyclops, man, they tiny. Those are tiny babies, aren't they?
Yeah, they fucking are. I
They
had
tiny
one.
as hell, man. It's like
I
the
had one that was my holdback, but I ended up selling it. That one literally ate every single. I feel like that man sat there and licked his damn egg clean because when he came out, he was like double the size of everybody else in that tub,
mm,
and he had a fat belly, and he's the one with the heaviest pattern, and he came out looking brownish maroon, beautiful, beautiful one with bright yellow diamonds. Um, he was the first one to eat pre-shed and has not missed a meal since. Has over 35 meals in him, 35, 40 meals. I can't tell you exactly how many, but High Voltage Condos is actually the owner of that one.
Shout
So,
out to High Voltage, man. Cool ass dude. Him and his
yeah.
family.
We named him Chunkers, but as he got older, he doesn't look as fat because I feel like he just kind of filled in his size. So for this year, I'm going to incorporate a lot more of the halfway through 10 droppings. I changed it to 13, 11. And then in about 2 more weeks, I'm gonna go. Well, Anai's actually gonna go ahead and drop it down to 72.5 degrees and putting it on 1410. I'm gonna leave it alone like that for the rest of the month, going into the first week of October. Once I come back from Mexico, which I come back the 7th, I come back at like 9 in the morning. So probably that afternoon, I'm gonna go ahead and pair them the first time, and I'm gonna let the pairings get started.
Okay.
Because I feel like the 1410 and the cooler temps is what really triggered her for a consistent strong lock. So hopefully that triggers her follicles and well helps. And it doesn't take 2 to 3 months as it did last year. Hopefully this year's a little bit smoother. So that's the plan for this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna take next year off though.
Really?
This year is just this year is well. I'll say that right now. I just feel that if I do something next year off of what the colony that I have now, it would just be a repeat of the Cyclops again. If anything, I'm just taking this opportunity to kind of learn on the things that I messed up on last year. And also, all of my family actually wants to really get involved during the incubation process, during the pairing process. They want to help me as they know that I'm going to build a bigger collection we're building a dedicated room for all the snakes. So they kind of want to be more involved. So this is everybody's opportunity to kind of learn, kind of back me up on it and figure it all out. If if next year I feel up for it, I'll probably repeat the pairing again, unless I end up finding some adults that I can add to my collection next year. which shout out to Carly. She ended up helping me find one male that I'm in the process of purchasing. Um, so that's gonna start up, and then I'll have if I find more adults, maybe next year I'll do some different pairings. If not, I probably won't breed until 2026. Again, I'm not really in a rush. I'm trying to build up, the full setup that I want. I'm trying to get 4 to 5 males, somewhere between 12 to 15 females. I mean, I don't know much else to say on that part.
Yeah, shout out to Carly. Um, get the animals that you feel you need, man. Regardless of naysayers and things like that. If you feel you need more
For
adults, get
sure.
them.
Dude, get what you want, man. Do you?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm gonna be work. I'm gonna be. I'm using my
Damn,
Xbox as a
Travis.
screen.
Travis, you black as hell. I ain't never seen you that black before, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to do a lot of the blue line, as well as calicos. Trying to see how
Okay.
that goes. But I'm gonna try to do like blue line a calico. I'm gonna have some that are gonna be like the animal that I got from Steven Saltzman. Uh, Three sides of the family are blue line, and the fourth side of the family is actually calico with Versace blood. So from there, I'm technically mixing a blue line slash calico with some blue line later on in the future. Probably try to find the complete opposite where it's like 3 parts calico, 1 part blue line, breed that in. Kind of the goal that I really want to do in the following years is I really want to produce a really, really pixelated blue line animal to have like the characteristics that Calico tends to do with the pixelation, but do it to where it's on a blue line.
Okay.
Which I mean, Warzone already did it, but I kind of want to do a heavier blue.
Okay. So, all in all, man, of the animals that you have, what are you still looking to get, and what are your plans for animals that you want to produce in the future?
So right now, I want to get maybe 1 or 2 more animals that have Soul Train blood. Hopefully, you know, I don't really care who it's from, just anybody that comes from the Soul Train blood. So, you have Fright Train out there. You have the one that Luke from Luke Snakewalker has, as well as Showtime from John Irby. There's a lot of different clutches that are going to be out there in the
Yeah,
following
yeah.
months or so that are going to be available. I'll probably want 2 more of those. I don't really care if it's 1.2 or 2.1. I just really like the Soul Train blood. I want to get a lot of blue line, uh, mainly the Mr. Blue Carolina, but it's also I want the Sky Topaz because the realization that I made is looking a lot of the Sky Topaz animals. They're a much softer, lighter sky blue. So I kind of want to work with that as well. And then for Calico, I kind of want to start getting Calicos from different Calico offspring. So I don't plan on really doing anything high yellow, but I really do want Splash, anything that's Splash blood, just to be able to mix in there. What the hell? Um, I also want to be able to get some Mandangos. So I'm gonna be in the talks with Mark Hager. Try to do a lot of different works with Calico. Hopefully, come in the next couple of years, I'll be able to get the missing half siblings from Velvet. So I want to be able to get Velvet by SH09169, Velvet by Blondie, Velvet by there was a couple more that came out like 2 years ago. I want to be able to try to get a couple more if they repeat the pairings. I really want a pure Biok. Shout out to Patrick. I'm gonna end up, you know, getting one eventually, just because I want a pure Biok female to be able to pair her to whatever I feel is worth it. Just because we all know a Biok can do whatever the hell it wants, so I'll be able to create some pretty interesting babies from that.
Okay. Sound like you got it all planned out, man.
Yeah,
So, oh no, go ahead, finish.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, yeah, I just have it planned out. I mean, I'm gonna try to get the snake room set up in the following 2 years or so. Shout out to Focus Cube. I'll be getting a bunch of their enclosures, setting up racks and everything. And it's gonna be a very fun ride. That's all I know.
Um, so my question is with your snake room now, what is it like now? And what are you trying to upgrade to? And like, how do you see it? Are you getting a bigger room, or what all are you gonna do?
If I'm correct, I believe the dimensions of the bedroom that I'm using, because I have my own personal house, and in that house, it is 3 bedrooms upstairs. I have 2 people occupying one of those rooms, but then I have a third room that became available. I ended up moving the snakes from my dining room area to that one room separately, and I have 2 chondros, 2 ball pythons, and then I have the retake stacked on top of them, and then I have a shelf that has 2 corn snakes, and I have two rack setups. I plan on changing over the retake to a focus cube enclosure, redoing the corn snakes to focus cubed as well, and that's just for that room in the meantime. But come the next room, it's supposed to be. I would have to look at the dimensions from the blueprint, but I believe it's going to be like 19 and a half by 14 feet, and the back wall as well as the front wall will consist of nothing but chondros, and then that would be including racks and such. I'm extending the closet at the other house as well, and in the closet, I'm actually going to set up my incubator and neo wall. So all of my neos and my incubators will actually be in a temperature controlled area in my closet, so that way they're not really open to the public. I don't really want people having access to the neos and to the incubator just as easy as the adults.
So
Um,
I'm kind of confused. Are you keeping your snakes in two different houses?
No, I'm gonna end up moving everybody. I'm gonna move everybody over. Once the other room is completed, everybody's gonna get moved over.
Okay, I
I'll
was
be
kind of
using
confused.
the expanse enclosures by Focus Cube, the 30 long, 24 deep, 18 tall. That's gonna be for the adults.
Okay. Um, that does sound like a pretty good plan. Steven and Ashley at Focus Cube, they're some really cool people to talk to.
Yeah, shout out to Stephen Ashley, man. The howdies.
Who said the howdies?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna hit up Box 3D once I start getting all my racks together, so I can go ahead and fill up all of those Neo racks with nice color for purchase. I've been slacking. I've been using coat hangers, but you know.
So I'll tell you the
Oh,
truth.
that ain't slacking. I do the
I
same thing,
I use the
especially
coat
like the first
hangers.
month.
Yeah,
Because what I
like once
realized
they.
this is when you trying to, when you trying to get them established, them damn the nice. Because we shout out to our sponsor, but it's too many damn angles you got to dip up under and all that, and with the water bowl right there, it's easy with the coat hanger shit to get up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I copied the
So
setup that Steven Sossman did. I got to see his Neos, thankfully, before my Neos were born, and right before I purchased the Neo from him. And he basically used, instead of using the bottom part of a hanger, he uses the top part of the hanger. So that way they have 3 points of contact. And the way he has it set up, I copied exactly just how he did it. And from there, I was able to put the water bowl in one corner, and without me having to mess with the snake, I can be able to pick up their water bowl, take it out, put a new one in, or be able to pull out the water bowl and grab the napkin from the corner, pull it out, and put in a new one, like if nothing ever happens, without actually messing with the snake.
Mm.
so I like using the Box 3D purchase for the animals. Like once they start eating, it works perfectly for them for a long time.
Yeah, when they start
Um,
consistently eating, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's perfect. Um,
Shout out
like
to
it's just
Inbox
it's
3D.
it's just like when I used to use not the Box 3D purchase, but I would take two coat hangers and use them. It's just too
Okay.
much for them to rotate between when you're trying to get them established. But once they are eating, they take 1 or 2 meals. They golden. I like using those perches because they're a little bit easier to take out and clean, even if they move around to the other side of it. I do like dealing with those
I do too.
over the over the over the the coat hangers, especially because coat hangers generally are white, and it's just like you can scrub the shit out of them coat hangers, and it just seemed like you never get that shit off.
They start turning
Um,
Nah,
brown and shit.
I'm using the
yeah,
black ones. I went and bought a 30 pack from Walmart.
yeah. But I really do like using the inserts, man. Just dropping them in there, and I've got plenty of them, so I always got clean ones. I just switch them out. I really do like using Chris's purchase for Neos, and they can stay on there till they yearlings, man.
Yeah, I really like the purchase mainly for the fact being that all my enclosures are black. I'm not gonna have any color popping up in that room, so it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna look very emo like, very depressing. So I need a little bit of a pop, and if I can just sit there and get a color variety of those, it gives a little bit of a touch to where you can open up a tub and it's not so boring and dry. It kind of gives it a little bit of a color.
Try to get that man to get you some custom ones. Hey, man, the purple ones that he made for me are pretty nice, and
I have a 3D printer, and I'm gonna tell you right now,
the
I give that man
chameleon paint ones.
props.
Yeah, the chameleon paint ones are pretty nice too, man. I
Yeah,
like
he
I
got the candy paint. It
yeah
look like a Chevy in the middle of Memphis,
yeah
man. In the summertime,
the chameleon
now
paint ones
later.
when those things are badass, man. I appreciate how he does things with the colors because I know other people got perch mounts, but I don't like their colors as much as I like
Like a,
Chris's.
that box Chevy color, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like the purchase. I mean, I wanted to sit there. I bought a 3D printer to be able to help myself out in this hobby, but nah, fuck that. That shit. I got so stressed out when I created one single purchase to put inside of a Cambro tub. I made one purchase to be able to put on the floor of the Cambro tub, so that way if you move a Neo up, I can just kind of place that in there, and they have the opportunity to roam around. Dude, that shit was so stressful. So shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris straight up.
For real.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chris, man. Wonderful guy. Just always wonderful. So your snake room seems like, you're gonna have a pretty nice snake room that you are cultivating for yourself. What are
It's
some
a
other species that you are interested in getting into?
So real quick, I'm gonna state the inspiration for the snake room does come heavily from Socrates' setup. Like
Okay.
that's basically exactly what the setup is gonna be like for me. Um, Other species, for sure, hands down, 1.1 or 2.1 Folines.
You gonna call Sky Flood?
Now we talked about it at the party. We talked about it at his booth. Like that's just something that I've been wanting. It's just they're beautiful. It all around they're just amazing animals. I really want some. Maybe I'll breed them. Maybe I won't. But after having the conversation with him, I probably will. But it won't be my main focus. My main focus is just wanting them in general, just to start.
When I went and talked to him on Sunday, I was looking at the bowlings, but bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Them lychees he had were pretty nice too, bro.
You can't go wrong with lychees.
Those lychees, I was just like, man, maybe I can like convince my wife that they really for my kids, but they really for me.
You
And
gonna have
I
to
just,
convince. Wait, you gonna have to convince her. You gonna have to talk to her about the black monitor first.
you still on this? You really on this shit? You
I am,
still
bro.
think
Black tree monitor or black Asian water monitor?
black
nah,
tree monitor,
not
Ah,
the black tree, not the black tree,
the
the black Asian monitor.
the black dragon?
Yeah, the black
oh
dragon.
man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you should do it. You should do it.
I'm gonna
Look
get
at
two of them.
y'all.
I'm gonna
I'm
get two.
36 years
I'm gonna
old. You
get two of them on
motherfuckers
the
ain't about
deal.
to peer pressure me.
If you
I'm
I'm
a
don't
gonna
have
get.
grown ass
dogs,
man.
if you don't have
Ruben,
dogs, you should do it. I have
Ruben,
one.
this is what I'm gonna
I
do. I'm
co-own
gonna
one.
get two of them on the deal, right? And I'm just gonna, one day I'm just gonna send him send Travis the ship, the what's the name, the
Nah, fuck
shipping
that.
label
Just send it
number.
to me. Just send it to me. Just send it to me. I don't mind the
Yeah.
second one.
You know,
I love Drogo more than anything. That guy. The Asian water monitors are literally a dog with scales.
I'm gonna
I've
give me a black
never.
dragon watch. I'm gonna get a black one.
yo, didn't we
I've
see? Yo, do you remember seeing the girl who was selling it for 1,800, and then that one kid had the smaller one that was like a grand.
Yeah,
Come on, me.
but
Nah,
I was like,
in Texas.
Okay.
I kept asking for to see if they had any like paperwork
What
to,
happened to your you in the Twilight Zone?
huh?
You in the Twilight Zone? What happened to your lights behind you?
Oh, I dropped the remote right now to the
Oh,
fan. I dropped it and it turned it on.
okay. I thought you was about to get abducted or something. It's
You
flashing.
see me turn on the lights and then you just hear the toilet flush. Like, were you in the shitter this whole time? Like, yeah. My drawers on my ankles right now.
Well, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I do like the idea of having a black water monitor, a black dragon monitor. I do like the idea of it. It's just so
Hey,
fucking
there it
big.
is, y'all. Y'all heard that he ready to have one. So cool.
See, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think the only hard part when it comes to owning AWM is probably has to be the diet, man. That shit's expensive. It's like
Yeah.
feeding two other people in your house.
Why? What do you got to feed this thing? Fucking steak and scrimps?
Not a very diet
Chicken,
though.
chicken,
Yeah.
chicken, eggs.
Eggs, all that, crickets,
No,
ground
hell no.
turkey.
You can feed them.
Sometimes,
You can feed them when they're babies, yeah. But once they get bigger, you feeding them whole ass chicken legs, chicken
yeah,
breasts, chicken thighs, salmon, tuna.
ground turkey, shit like that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't think Keno needs that for his serial killer dreams.
But look, dog. First off, I'm not a serial killer.
No,
I'm the
the
I'm
I
the
think
I'm the
not. I
I'm
mean,
the Eminem Slayer, baby. You know what I'm saying?
we're on
You
the
know what I'm
topic,
saying?
and truth be told, I think that'll probably be one of the species as well. But I kind of want to focus on the chondros. Um, I
Aiden,
also
that's
want
why I only want
birds.
one, Aiden. I only want one. That's it.
What type of birds?
I want a pair of toucans, and then I used to have a blue macaw, but everybody got annoyed with him, and I'm mad as hell because I let to work out of town. I come back from working out of town, and somebody sold him. I kind of hold
How,
that grudge. So I
yo,
hope my mom's listening. I hope my mama listening, and I hope you can hear it. Maria, that was rude as hell.
Hey, they used to what's the name? The toucan. I mean, yo, McCall. He used to cut people out.
Oh no! Well, the funniest thing that he did is the fact that we had a habit of, well, mainly my dad. My mom's middle name is Socorro, and everybody would call her Coco. So early in the morning, my dad would be yelling "Coco, Coco, Coco." He understood that if he yells Coco, it's gonna get my mom's attention. He mastered being able to mock my dad to a T. So it'd be 4 or 5 in the morning. Nobody works that day, but you hear this man yelling, echoing through the house, Coco, Coco. My mom's waking up. Like, why the fuck is my husband yelling at me? Oh wait, my husband's right next to me. Nah, it's because the bird understood. Oh, I can wake this woman up.
sounds like my father-in-law.
Hey, when y'all
Chella.
put in a cage, you never like put a sheet over the cage for the night?
Nah, we just moved his ass to the goddamn garage with a mini split.
Because
Oh
supposedly
yeah.
that'll like calm the birds and shit overnight. You know, they won't have them you all acting like ass.
He was chill. I mean, I love that big old dude. I just my mom got tired of him, so we sold him. I want another pair. I think to be honest with you, I actually want like four of them, and then I want a pair of clouded leopards. But I'm just trying to get the permit for Houston so I can get a pair of clouded leopards.
See, don't be telling Keno that shit. Keno gonna try to get a leopard too.
I support it.
No, I don't want a leopard. I want a Black Panther though. I want a Black Panther.
My cousin has one in Mexico, but obviously you can get an idea what he does for work.
And now you said you want a zoo.
Shout out to the Nueva Generacion over there. You know what I'm saying? Your cousin.
That Black Panther, he's owned it since like I was a teenager. We used to walk around the house middle of the night. You want to go get a cup of water? You better make sure you go through the right hallway, or else you're getting a pot on the back of your head.
Fuck
Like we're
nah,
talking
bro.
about a solid, heavy Black Panther adult paw, just pop the shit out of you in the back of your head.
So you got
Like you
Kubi
gotta send me
slapped by a
some.
Black Panther?
You, you gotta send me
Hey
some.
yo,
You gotta send me some pictures of that dog.
I got you. And then
Like your
one of my
cousin
other
walking
cousins
around
has
with it. He put a
One of
leash
my
on
other
it.
cousins has a traditional leopard, like a traditional leopard.
Your cousin, he walk the panther like with a leash on?
Sometimes
He'll never worry about the panther turning on him or no shit.
the leopard stays in the cage. We don't trust the leopard. The leopard stays in the cage. The black panther, on the other page, the black panther's a big baby.
Because he raised it since it was a little cub,
Yeah,
right? Little pup.
the leopard. I think the leopard. I think my dad's cousin got it when it was like already like a year or two old. So it's kind of a lot harder to tame him down.
Nah, fuck no.
I want a panther, dog.
I'm
I
sorry,
want
but
a black panther.
whenever people got money like that, I don't blame them. I'm sorry if I had that kind of money, I'd probably buy a panther. I'd
Man,
probably buy a leopard.
I don't want to see Keno get no fucking panther, and he be fucking
I'll be completely honest with you. You got
chilling.
Chondro money, I could drive you to Mexico and you can come back to the United States with a baby tiger.
I know, fucking the
Not a
dudes from
tiger
G
though,
and
but
M.
what
They was
about a
telling me the
panther?
same. Raul was telling me the same thing, man. He was like, I can get you a fucking lion. I was just like, don't tell me things like that, because I'll buy it. I'll
Yeah,
buy
and
it.
we're talking about like pure locality prices. We're talking at like 3,000, 3,500 max for like a 3 month cub of a tiger or or a leopard or something like some that you have no business
Thirty
finding.
five hundred dollars for a black panther, a baby black panther.
Most likely, yeah. And then you do it the most racist way possible, and you drive back with it, and you just hide it under a blanket, like you're illegally importing the animal. And then after you do that, you go ahead and just drive your ass home. You put him in its cage, and you're set.
Until it gets loose. Because
I
Keno's
would
definitely
what I
gonna
would
get
do
high
is
and forget to
That's
close the
that's a
cage.
valid point. That's a valid
Yeah,
point. But
Keno.
hey,
Yeah,
all of this we're stating just for legal reasons. Just want the government to know we're just kidding, guys. We won't do that.
yeah.
yeah.
All
This is
these
gonna
is
be wild.
this is
Keno gonna be
all
doing
alleged.
TikTok dances with a panther
This is all just
right next to
entertainment.
him.
This is all
Yeah,
just entertainment.
these all for jokes. These are all jokes.
Yeah.
But except the TikTok dances with the animals, I will. That would make me join TikTok.
Don't do it, man. It's not worth it. Once you end up in the TikTok loophole, there's no coming out.
Yeah, you get stuck in it, and
My
then
whole family kept sending
You
me
doing this.
TikToks, and I would just open the TikTok like on the web browser. After a while, I said, "Let's see what TikTok is all about." I spend at least 3 hours on that fucking app a day at work.
What is wrong with y'all in TikTok? Is that crack?
Bro,
Is
there ain't
that crack
nothing else to
cocaine?
do at work. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you,
When you told me that you got to work and nobody was
bro.
there, I was
I
laughing.
was, I was mad. Like, all right, so I left at 1 in the morning. I left at 1 in the morning, and every like 2 hours or so, I would pull over and fall asleep for a minute, wake up, repeat. I got to work at 9 on the dot. I walk in there, I go to my office, and it is dead silent, and I'm like, why the hell is it so quiet? I go and check on everybody's computer. Everybody's computer is literally locked, so nobody has even logged in. As a matter of fact, chairs are pushed in. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Ain't no way right now. I was like, this is some bullshit. I walk over to the shop, and I got two of the people that work for the refinery playing baseball with a piece of wire conduit and a random softball that they found. And I'm just like, where's everybody at? Oh, like 80% of employees didn't come in today. Y'all couldn't have fucking called me
What
and
was this
told me
Labor
that
Day
last
or
night.
something?
Nah, bro, this was literally this past Sunday.
So is it
Yo,
like your
think about how
regularly scheduled
much.
day for you?
Like my ass could have stayed. My ass could have stayed in Dallas. I could have been living it up with Trav and Sal all of
Think
Sunday.
think about how much your coworkers don't like you to not tell you they all took the day off.
That's cold blooded though.
And
This
then
is cold
at
blooded
that
shit.
point I panicked. I was like, "Am I laid off?" I was like, "Am I done with this job? Do I
he
got a
said.
bonus coming my way?" I walk into
He
the
said, "Did I
timesheet
get
office.
fired on my day off?"
No, 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 not fired. I don't get fired. Whoa, whoa. I get laid off. Laid off is a good thing in my field of work. But I walked into the timesheet office, and I started checking names, and whenever I left Friday to head to Dallas, we had 53 employees ready to go. Cool. Sunday, I go and sign in with my name and everything, make sure I'm on the clock. We're down to 20 employees. So I'm
What
like,
happened
what
to
the
him?
fuck? What the fuck did happen? Well, come to find out, the unit that I got to start up on Friday before I left, that since that unit was completed and we didn't need the employees, we let go of 30 people without my fucking knowledge.
Damn.
Now that they didn't get fired, or we don't get fired in this field. We just get transferred over to the next job available. And they sometimes give you like the weekend off, so they sometimes give you a week off, and then you just get sent to the next job, and then the next job, and then the next job.
I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it is kind of shitty because you could have just stayed with us, bro. We went
Nah,
back to
bro.
the show, and then we went to Torchy's.
The Torchies is literally what upset me because me and Sal talked about it for like 30 minutes, bro. Like me and Sal, he's all like, if we go to Torchies, bro, he goes, it'd be wicked if we get drunk. And I'm like, that sounds like a great idea if we get drunk at a Torchies. I was like, we can just order drink after drink after drink. I'm all board. And then
No, man, Sal's front, bro. Sal ate. He had ordered like 3 tacos, and he only ate like 2 of them. He was like, "I'm so full, man," and he's like, "I got the itis again." So he wasn't getting drunk with you in Torchy's, bro. We weren't even there that long.
but he also did say that while we were drunk, so it doesn't even count.
Y'all should be drunk right now. You mean drunk like you, Ro? We should be acting
Damn.
like Ro.
Bro, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out.
I ain't never
It's
felt
because
like no Cairo.
you're not understanding, bro. That's the point. That's the point that Ro was trying to prove. We just don't understand what he's telling us. He's got a point. I don't know what his point is, but he had a point that whole night, and he was trying to prove it.
He's
Yo, Ro,
trying
I
to
forget.
trying to
I
get lady.
forgot that Ro. I was in the back and I was talking to Chuck, and Ro came back there and told me to shut the fuck up, and then walked off.
Yeah, I felt that. I felt that.
Damn.
I see this man. I see this man doing the most intense. I was like, "Hey, bro, you want a water bottle?" He's like, "Yes, please." All right, bet. I walk inside. I'm gonna get a water bottle. You know, we got Kaylee, whatever her name was, over here decides to projectile exorcist style all across the goddamn stove. While I'm trying to
Yeah.
get
He
rope.
didn't have to
I'm
tell
trying to get.
nobody about that.
Oh, hold on. They threw up. She threw up on
Oh,
their
no, Dad,
stove.
you're gonna have to cut that one out. I'm so sorry. I forgot.
I
We
can't
were
cut it
supposed.
out.
Damn, you just out here snitching.
No, it's because it's part of the story. Damn, I feel like a piece of shit. My
All
bad,
right,
dude.
we gonna
My
we
bad.
gonna
We-
we gonna
I
move
need.
past that part.
No, nobody knows who. No. Like no, everybody, people know who she is, but nobody knows her real name. They know her Instagram name. We're gonna keep it that way.
Anyway, I think
But
we
I
I think
walk
I
in
think
there to
we
go
have
get a
a
water bottle, and this man got so aggressive. He's like, "Man, why you telling people I need water?" I was like, "Cause I asked you for water. If you wanted water, you said yeah." Man, you're making people think I'm a bitch. I was like, "What?"
Who, Trav said that?
no. I didn't
Guys,
say that. Russell.
bro did. He walked up in the crib and was just a homeboy just straight up walks up in there all aggressive and he's like, "Why are you telling people I need water?" And I was like, "Cause I asked you if you wanted water. You said yeah." He goes, "Well, I didn't want everybody to know because now you're making it look like I'm a bitch." And I was like, "I didn't say you were a bitch. You did." And MJ was like, "Why are you getting so aggressive?" And then he just looks at
Bro,
both of us, mad as hell, walks out. And me and MJ cracked up for a minute right after that.
yo, Rose definitely acting like somebody's old, angry, drunk grandfather.
Much love for Ro. Much love for Ro. He
We
made
love
the
Rose.
no.
That's
We
crazy.
truly do. It was the party. The party.
Row a belligerent drunk. Huh?
Shout out to Rose for the German beers too.
Oh yeah.
This shit was delicious.
Big shout
Um,
out to Bill Stiegel. You know, mad love for him. The pre
yeah, shout out.
NARBC party 2024. was one for the books.
Yo, shout
Last year
out to
was a lot
Dollar
of
Bill.
people. Oh yeah, dollar bill. Last year was a lot of people kind of introducing themselves, kind of putting an Instagram name with a face, kind of understanding who everybody was. There was that party had last year had a lot of people getting their first Neos. People had just got their first Neos. If it was from Bill, from Mark, from Patrick, from anybody locally, come this year, we already know who is who. And that's the issue is the fact that we were too comfortable because it had already been a whole year. We already knew what was going down. You blink when you got people drinking from one side to the other. You blink the pool had people in it. You blink people's in the snake room. We had people everywhere. This year was crazy.
Everywhere.
What a reptile orgy.
Shout out
Hey
to
yo,
Mrs. Stiegel for all the help.
yeah.
That shit
Shout
sounds
out to
fun,
Mrs.
man. I'm
Siegel.
sorry I couldn't make it.
She
already
was
paid for
one of
the
the
shit too.
biggest true heroes of that night. She really
Yeah,
took care of everybody.
she was the real
Major props to
MVP.
her
Shout out to Mrs. Stiegel, the real MVP.
for sure.
We had a good time though, Keon. You would have loved it, bro. We was acting the ass, but we was still keeping it together.
And then
Yeah, man. I hate I missed it, man.
we had the lunch with Dollar Bill, Alum, Sal over at Rodeo Goat. That
Lupe
was a
was there
funny ass
too.
conversation. Oh yeah, and Lupe. We had a funny ass conversation there. Um,
Yeah, we
then
had a
from
good
there,
time.
NARBC was like it wasn't as good as last year's, but shout out to Ken and keep forgetting his name and I'm upset. But Bomb Factory Boas.
Sony? Come on,
Oh yeah,
Sony?
Yeah,
Sony,
Sony
Sony.
Raju. Sony.
Yes. Much respect
Also,
to them. They literally
what's
had they had what we were calling was like the Chondro hideout. You couldn't find a Chondro keeper somewhere at any RBC. You just go to his booth and they were there.
uh, yeah. Also, Todd and Julie Gavin. Shout out to them.
Yes.
Shout
Oh, to the
out. Who else
Gavins,
did we
yeah.
meet? People from Cold Blooded Cafe, Desiree and them.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's
who else?
somebody random, but Epic Vibrant Ball Pythons. I've known them for about 4 years. They were there. They recognized me after not seeing me for a minute. Very cool people.
Shout out to Jordan from Heartland Reptiles. Bob Wu from Bob's Balls. Shout out to Garrick, man. Who else?
Oh yeah, shout out to
Nice.
Garrick. Shout out to that man flying in all the way from
Yeah,
California.
that man got on a plane. He'd never been on a plane before.
And I appreciate the comedy that you gave us by sending us a video of you riding a bull.
Yeah, he sent me
You were
that
so
shit yesterday.
you were
I was
so
like,
persistent.
you really go to the
He was so
rodeo, bro?
persistent
He was
to
like,
go to a
yeah.
rodeo. He got his craving filled. He got to experience the rodeo, and that man's putting a sow. He wants to move here, and I was like, dude, come on with it. But he said he wants to fly in. He wants to do a weekend trip. He wants to experience San Antonio. He wants to experience Houston, and then decide where he moving to.
Yeah.
For the future, don't know man in the comments. Please don't send me no bull riding videos. I'll take them from women though, but I'm cool on the man
If
sending me
you're
bull riding
on
videos.
it, let's do it.
I'm cool on
Ride it,
man sending me a bull
get
riding
us
video.
on it.
Oh yeah, hey,
I'm cool on that.
shout
I'm pass.
shout out to the guy. Shout out to the guy that triggered Sal for a minute for yelling at him for deciding to vlog in a place that's public.
Where was this? Where?
Whenever we were at the very back, all
Oh, that
because
fucking guy. He was just like, you gotta pay if you want to film my sloth. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Sal was all like, man, fuck that
What the
guy.
fuck?
All aggressive. Like I never seen Sal get that hostile. Homeboy was, man, fuck that guy. I was just like, damn, bro, my bad. I was like, Jesus.
That was funny. All in all, man, we had some good times. Wish he was there.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Carly. She roasted us
yeah.
because we mentioned a strip club jokingly, very jokingly. Let's go ahead and clarify that for the public.
It
We
was
said it
definitely a
jokingly,
joke.
but then she roasted the shit out of us because we said, "Nah, we're kidding," and she goes, "Ah, y'all scared," and then she
Yes, we
walked
are.
away.
We don't really want to do that.
No,
At that point in time, I was just like, I don't even know like why I'm still even around you. I'm trying to go to sleep. Like it's too many people here right now. I'm trying to go home and go to sleep. I was
First
like,
time meeting Carly and
everything I
Homegirl was
said
out of
was a
pocket.
joke. Everything I said was a joke. Also, that chimichanga had me wild full, and I had a headache, so I was full with a headache and sleeping at the same
Oh,
time.
you're talking about whenever we went to Casa Mia?
Yeah, man, I was full in a motherfucker. Oh man, that's delicious. That delicious chimichanga.
Yeah, Kino, you missed out on a lot.
I know, man. Y'all make me jealous and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We still love you though. You still
Nah,
Yo,
love
did
next
you
time
see? Was there any
next time I'm
niggas at the
strapping
club?
a goddamn GoPro to my forehead, dog.
Was there any
I
niggas
think
at the club?
Sal. I think that's Sal's next act is a fucking GoPro.
Do a
No,
GoPro. Why you say
I
that?
just,
Because he
no,
record
no, no, no,
everything.
no. I just thought of the most perfect thing, and I'm gonna convince Bill to set it up somewhere.
It's probably not
Next
gonna
year's
be there.
party, we need to do it the office style. We're gonna have a little booth where people can just kind of walk in there and give a little bit of commentary.
That's what you think we're gonna do?
I feel like it'd be great. We just set up a camera, and every so often people can just walk in there and just give commentary, just like in the office where they just kind of stop mid episode and they just have something to say.
Okay. Okay.
Either that or I'm just gonna tell Sal, let's just set up a bunch of cameras in different places. We can't miss any clips, bro. We got to catch every angle.
If that's
Okay.
what y'all want to do, I guess that's what y'all gonna do. I'm not
There's so many moments where we're like, damn, we wish we caught that on video. Damn, we wish
actually
we caught
no.
that on video.
I'm glad that like none of it was like like people got like real lives and careers.
Facts. You know what? That's true.
No.
Because my job said, "Oh, you're going to NARBC." They looked it up and they're like, "Oh, it's a conference. It's a breeders' conference." And I was like, "Yeah, something very professional, very very kind
Very
of
demure, very
yeah,
sensible.
yeah." And they were like, "Oh my God, that's so serious. Like we didn't understand, keeping snakes was that serious." And I was like, "Oh, absolutely. We all kind of meet up, we talk about it. It's a big conference and stuff." And they're like, "Wow, that's amazing." I don't need them seeing the videos from the night prior of me actually, doing a backflip into the pool and then shotgunning a twisted tea. That's
What the
because no, I mean, that's exactly what
fuck? Hell
happened.
no.
Oh
Okay. All
man.
right.
But anyway, man. Let's
Okay.
talk about some snake shit, like some real snake shit.
Okay.
Not the filth foreign filth.
Say
I want to
backflip
be.
Um,
into the pool.
I want to give a special shout out to that man right there, Kino. Bro, your Cyclops are fucking phenomenal. We said
Oh,
it. We
thanks,
talked
man.
about you.
yeah,
We had lunch that Saturday, and
we said good things about you.
there's nobody that deserves the Cyclops crown more than Mr. Kino.
Yeah, we shouldn't say nice
No.
things about you since you are still a bastard. We shouldn't.
Wow.
So
And
for
some
for your
niggas are all
birthday,
homies, but
for
real
your
talk,
birthday,
man.
we're
I
gonna
really
send
I
you.
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. For your birthday, we're gonna send you a midget wearing a T-shirt with your logo, and on the back of it, it says for the Cyclops King.
See, now you about to make me cry, man. You tugging at the heartstrings. You know what I'm
Why are we
saying?
talking about midgets? We
You
went
tugging at the
so
heartstrings.
long.
But no, I truly do apologize for not coming, man. I had paid for some of the trip and everything, man. It's
He
just
did.
I literally paid for that shit probably what, like 4 months ago, bro?
Yeah, he
About
did.
4 or 5 months ago, we had planned that shit out. So it was like, man, it was just
This is
bad
right,
time.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie though. Next year, what I'm
So
gonna
it's next year.
do is I'm gonna take I'm taking I'm gonna plan that damn week out. Whatever that weekend is, I'm gonna plan that shit out like 4 or 5 months in advance. I'm at work though.
It worked out. What you
No,
know?
I'm just ensuring wherever the hell I'm at, I'm gonna make it happen. I mean, it kind of falls into place. NARBC always falls in September, and then the parties in Mexico they end up at the end of September, going into October. So I just gotta be off work for that little window right there. Basically all of September and part of
We gotta
October
have that
reset.
cub. We gotta have that cub ready too though. That cub. So when I come down there, everybody leave with chondros.
Not everybody left
I
with a
need you
chondro.
and I need you and the amigos to just run across the border for me. I'm gonna stay over here because I ain't trying to get up into that international jail shit. I can't do that.
International jail is not that bad. It is not,
Listen,
He
hold
said
on,
it's
never
not
mind.
that bad. It's horrible.
Yeah,
nah, I ain't trying to. I don't give a fuck what you about to
most
say. I ain't trying to
my recent
become in the
experience,
international
my
jail, bro.
my recent experiences were intoxicated, so I guess it doesn't count because I can't really recollect them anymore.
Like,
You
imagine
different
going to a
though.
jail in
You
Mexico and
different
be
though.
like,
You
my
Ruben,
friend
you
said it
from
was really
there.
nice in here. Like, I thought you guys had board games and like a smoothie machine. He said it was wonderful
Straight
here.
up.
No, but they do give you free. They
Basketball
do give
hoops
you
are
free
real
tacos.
lit.
They give you free tacos.
Yeah, pretty valid, bro.
I don't think that going to jail and somebody be like,
I
but you got
appreciate the
free
offer, but what
tacos
I'm gonna
is
do is
valid.
I'm gonna let y'all do that for me. I'm gonna pay y'all, put a little extra bread in y'all pocket. I know y'all got the secret compartments. Bring that little Black Panther back.
Nah, for real, I do plan on taking hopefully next year's Cyclops pairing. So probably around 2026. They had issues with the green trees that they managed to get over at the Guadalajara Zoo, which is roughly about an hour and a half away from my house. And
Yeah,
it's basically like the state zoo that they have over in Jalisco. And I went to the zoo there December of 22 or 21, I can't recall. And they have like a lot of the Western Hemisphere snakes. They have rattlesnakes,
yeah,
um, anacondas. I think the only thing I think they have a Burmese python, but other than that, it's a lot more of like South America and Mexico species. But they ended up adding two green trees. My mom called me on video. It wasn't that clear. Mexico signal was straight ass, but she's like, no, they're green tree pythons. She sent me pictures that the sign said green tree python. But she ended up getting in contact with somebody that knew the owner, and the green tree pythons actually didn't survive that much longer. So they just got recent replacements again. Had to do the math for what Celsius they were keeping them at, the humidity and everything. I'm trying to work with them to try to make sure that the husbandry is perfect. They don't have it mastered. They don't have it good at all. Because even if they had it, what they felt was good, they said the animals weren't eating. Hopefully, come 2026, I plan on donating one of my personal Cyclops, and however it is that I have to do it to get it out there, I'm gonna get one of my Cyclops over to basically the zoo by my house in Mexico. They will gladly take the donation. They have already kind of spoken to them previously. They're okay with it, but it takes a lot of paperwork just to get the animal in there, and that's hopefully what I get to. We're planning on going to the zoo this following month, and I can go ahead and talk to them there. Get a little bit of the U.S. Cyclops productions over into Mexico.
that would be
Yeah.
dope as hell, man.
Awesome. Um, what else do you think that you've learned in this year since you've actually had snakes? Not snakes, but neos. Not necessarily how to breed them, but just things in general you learn, like how you learn how to establish them and care for them and correct temperatures to keep them at those type of things.
The one thing I learned that it's kind of the most word of advice for all the new keepers is that you're always going to have different opinions that kind of still meet in the middle. There's some people that tell you keep them at 86. There's some people that tell you to keep them at 82. I've learned to just kind of meet in the middle. My hot spot's 85. My cool spot is 77, 78. Um, Everybody tells you, oh, just get this brand of tubs, get this brand of tubs, do this perch system, do that perch system. It's kind of I after a while kind of learned that you can only take so much advice before I kind of had to just make decisions on my own and kind of do what I liked. Because at the end of the day, they're kind of these are my kids.
Yeah,
So
little
I
badass
mean,
churn you can't beat.
I kind of just One thing I learned is that I don't always have to do what everybody else around me does. I can kind of coast off and do my own thing too.
Yeah.
Sal, why you stroking your hair like a tired auntie, bro?
You said like a tired auntie or an Italian auntie?
A tired auntie, you know?
I'm just letting my hair down. God damn.
I
I told
Cool,
myself I
bro.
let it down tonight.
All right, Fante.
also started ending up in a deep loophole when it comes to the.
Single mother.
I zoned out for a second. My bad. Um, I was watching this man over there. I started
Single
thinking
mother.
about it. You said he looks like a tired auntie, and then I thought about it. So I started thinking of Medea, just thinking,
Just
just
shut your
throwing
ass
her.
up, boy.
Oh shit. He's, yeah, you look like a single mother, man. Like he's
I
had a
love
long day. He just put the kids down.
it.
He, he had to make some
You're about to
fuzzy
pour
lunch.
yourself a glass of Hennessy mixed with red wine.
That's crazy because I
Exactly.
think I probably got more hair than most single mothers.
Damn, you're a fucking savage for that.
So that's cold. That's cold blooded, though. Shout out to
Not
my
for
bald
real.
head single mothers out there, man. We love y'all. The tribe don't, but I do.
I love y'all. I love everybody, even if I got more hair than you.
That's some shit a pimp would say. My hair longer than yours, bitch.
All right.
Shout out to Travis getting drunk and quote unquote accidentally putting me in a chokehold.
I don't even remember that.
I was like,
Travis, what the fuck you was on, bro? You got drunk and
someone
got
walks up
violent,
to,
bro?
I walk up to him and I was like, "Hey, bro, you good? You want another beer?" He's like, "I'm good." Puts his arm around my shoulder. Cool. We just chilling like just chilling like some bros. Next thing I know, this man's just like, "What's up, man?" Puts me in a chokehold. I was like, "Hey, yo, wait, hold up, bro, hold up, hold up, hold up."
This is getting tighter and tighter around here now. Dog.
I
Bro,
probably wasn't.
I got asthma. I got asthma. Please don't do that. I got asthma.
He get drunk and get violent. Okay.
Nah, bro, I don't get violent. I'm pretty nice, bro. I actually
He
had to.
violent.
I actually couldn't get drunk like that, like I wanted to, um, because I had to drive and make sure that Sal got to where he gotta go. Shout out to
Like,
everybody.
you have to make sure Sal got the buckies.
I actually didn't have to take him to Bucky's. He did want to go to Chick-fil-A though. I swear.
Okay.
He wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, and we went to the
Shout out to
Gas
Chick-fil-A.
Monkey
That shit
store.
fire.
Oh man, I was supposed to take Sal to get Snickers, man. Shit, I forgot about that part. I think we both forgot about that part.
Just drive back out there and take him. Just drive back out there. It's only like
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
yeah. It's only like 5 hours away.
You're closer than I am.
Yeah, I know. He's there right now. Still, I think he goes back tomorrow.
He's still there?
Yeah.
Well, he was there for what,
He said,
about
yeah,
4
he
days,
leaves
5 days?
Wednesday.
Yeah, he leaves Wednesday. He's
Nah,
he's
he
still
was there
there.
for
He
like
out here
almost 10
whole
days.
hopping.
He's still there with brother Allen.
He out here whole hopping.
What are you talking about? What?
He on he, he on the cat hunt.
I don't think so.
He's trying to knock some before he go back to Great Britain.
The keto. I mean, Sal had his. He was filming content the entire time. I don't think that.
Yeah, what?
He was filming. He was doing content for his YouTube page. Like the craziest part is like you be somewhere and you be like you look at something and you pick it up and you turn around and like Sal's got his camera out and his little microphone thing.
Guys, I'm here with Trav.
yeah, yeah, like I would be walking and Sal would be behind me. He was like, with my man Trav. Like, who are you talking to? But he got a badass camera, man. Shout out to Sal, man. I enjoy
Yeah, I
seeing my
saw that. I
homeboy
saw
on
that
his
new
camera.
camera. That motherfucker's expensive, though.
Yeah, shout out to my man. Shout out to Ruben for kicking it with us. We had a good time, man.
Literally, everybody in my family had said it. That wasn't no conference. That was just a boys' trip.
It was.
That was just a bunch of boys talking. Just a bunch of boys hanging out, drinking Dos Equis, and talking about snakes.
Exactly. It's the most. It's the least dangerous fun that I think that like me and a bunch of other dudes I know like have ever just been like, this is what we're gonna do. Like, there's no real worries about doing anything fucked up. Like we, like there wasn't even like real drinking. Like we would just.
What's the
Some of
most dangerous?
Ruben,
What's the most
Ruben
dangerous
tried to
fun
make
Nah,
you've
us
had?
take. He tried to make us take shots in
hey, hey,
in the early afternoon and shit.
we had to wake up, bro. I knew you were gonna throw that in my face. We had to wake up, bro. It was already like about to be 1 in the afternoon. You know, Bill had got there, Lupe had got there, Alex got there. I feel like it was only right we decided to take a green tea shot at 1 in the afternoon with nothing in our stomachs. I just thought it was a great idea.
I thought that we had already eaten something by then.
Nah, because I ordered the shots before I ordered my food.
Why are
That
you
does
why
not
are you
sound like. Why am I
why are
like
you like
this?
this? Why are you like this, Ruben?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Shout out to Bill. This I literally jokingly said while I was in the pool. It was like everybody was in the pool, and I was like, "Let's just take shots." And Bill just makes direct eye contact and says, "I got 2 bottles of tequila. Go get them right now." And I was like, "Bill, I'm just kidding. I promise you, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." He's like, "No, we can get the tequila out." And I was like, "No, no, no, we're good. It's okay. We don't gotta get the tequila out." I got scared. I actually got scared.
You
I
got
don't. I don't
scared.
get scared. I don't get scared, and I got scared right then and there because Bill looked very confident. And he's like, "We can do tequila shots," and I was like, "I kind of want to, but this can go one of two directions, and I don't need neither of the
Yeah.
directions."
Bro, shout out to everybody at the show that was just like super nice. Like just the people at the show. It was super cool. It was like it's a different vibe than the Tinley show, I'll be honest with you, Like I don't know. It just seemed like people were just there to hang out. Like at the Tinley show, like people were like desperately trying to get you to buy a crested gecko or a ball python. In this show, it was just like, nah, it wasn't really like that. It was super cool, man. I
No,
saw the
this
dude with all
this
the
year legit
monitors
felt
that
like
you
a
like.
conference.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of like that.
That sounds like it was fun, man.
It was fun, bro. We missed you, bro. We'll always miss Kino.
Oh, I'm glad, you know what I'm saying,
Your name
y'all.
was brought up at least once an hour. Your name was brought up at least once an hour.
Yeah, and we said
You
good
said,
things
I didn't
about
hear you.
you.
You said what?
Your name was brought up at least once an hour.
We didn't say anything bad about you. We were all just saying you
So,
could be
yeah,
better.
they probably didn't. I know you did, but
I didn't say nothing bad about you. I was actually
Actually,
you
no.
like,
Surprisingly, he was doing good. He did good.
I was just like, man,
he said he was
my boy
doing
should
good.
be, my boy should be there.
He behaved himself, Ruben.
You know what's wild? Is just like I'll be in Chicago in like a week and a half.
What are you doing in
What are you doing
Chicago?
there?
I told you I got to come up there for that wedding, bro.
Y'all have a wedding like every fall.
I mean, people be getting married.
Damn. You quit telling your family to quit divorcing and remarrying, bro. Shit crazy.
No, it's not. This is one of my best friends from high school, man.
Oh, okay,
This
my
is my
bad. You
bro.
ain't gotta yell at us.
Okay. You gonna
You ain't gotta
be
get.
in the
You ain't
wedding?
gotta,
No, yeah, I'm a groomsman in the wedding.
no, he's
Uh,
not. He's the flower girl.
Man, y'all some
what y'all
haters.
and what y'all
And
wearing? What
and
color
I
y'all wearing?
so I gotta wear a tux, but after we do the actual ceremony, I get to put on boots.
You yee motherfucker.
No, she wearing a black tux?
Yeah,
Y'all don't got like no theme or no color?
I don't know. All I know is I get to put on boots after. That's all I care about.
Okay.
We forgot one person. Shout out to the man Marshall for having those badass conversations with us and showing us that
Yeah,
albino part through the
I
pictures.
said I said shout out to Marshall earlier. Marshall's a wonderful guy, man. Super, super, super
And
wonderful dude.
yeah, super chill dude. I appreciate all the conversations we had with him.
Yeah, especially shout out to Matt Morris, Sony
Yeah.
Raju, you know Kendall.
Shout out
Kendall.
to all the serial killers and some of the names that y'all mentioned.
Listen, Kendall has some nice shirts on, man. Shout out to Kendall. He
No, I'm
he.
mad at I'm mad at Kendall because I saw one picture where he had like just a plain orange shirt, and I was expecting some of that Fashion Over drip, man. I wanted some flower print or something.
Yo, so you didn't see it, but like on Sunday I went to go see Kid, and I was just like, "Why do you look so upset right now?" He said, "Leave me alone. I'm tired." So shout out to Kendall, man.
Sony and Ken's booth is badass. Those chondros were
Yeah,
those were
they
something.
won. They were something special. Are you coming to Carpet Fest?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Oh, I didn't know. When is it?
It's like October 18th. It's like in Johnson City, which is like basically north of Austin.
Oh, it's like down the road from Houston.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Travis on the
possibly.
board. He on the board for
Who's
Carver
going?
Fest.
Kyle James said I gotta go this year. I know Pat's gonna be there. Sony, Matt, Kendall. Um,
I gotta ask for permission, bro.
from who?
Everybody in my family. I'm Latino, bro. I get my ass beat.
He be beating your ass.
Yeah. I could be married, 6 kids, and 4 mortgages deep, and my family used to be like, "Where you going?
That's crazy.
Who you with?"
I feel like you just be like a little kid, just standing there in some Oshkosh Begosh overalls, be like, "I'm a man. I don't gotta
I'm
tell you
40.
where I'm going. I'm a man."
Who told you my secrets, bro? Because ain't no way you just got that precisely.
Just because I'm sitting here wearing LA gears that light up, I'm still a man.
Just because I just
First off,
finished sliding down my Heelys through the kitchen does not mean you can tell me I'm not a man.
Could
I'll
you
take you
imagine
some my
sliding
money.
around in front of somebody in some Heelys and be like, "You're gonna respect me. I'm a man."
don't disrespect LA Gears, bro.
You're gonna make me purposely buy a pair and come the next NARBC. You're gonna just see me pull up on everybody just rolling right in. Sup guys?
you never, you never seen a boss in some Heelys? Yo, I saw some video of some dude skate away from a girl in the fucking some rollerblades and shit, and I was just like, where the fuck he get those? Like I still be thinking that the rollerblades are gonna come back someday, and we're gonna all be having a good time.
I'll probably go to Carpet Fest. I'm gonna check it out, see the dates, find a hotel out there or something.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 hours away from my house. Oh.
It's like probably like 3 or 4 away from mine.
Yeah, go with that. Take my wife so she can
Hey
go
Kino,
see go see snake stuff, and then be like, "Oh, this is
I
cool."
know there's a little bit more of a private request, but would you be interested in trading Cyclops on my next pair?
Yeah, we could do that. I have
Just
something
to,
going too. We could do that for sure.
bet.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll be down to do that for sure.
They ain't as pretty, but I promise you, it's still Cyclops. I swear.
I'm psych outside die. You know what I'm saying?
As a matter of fact, literally, let's go ahead and make something real clear for anybody that's listening. The pair that I have of Cyclops, they came from Lupe, but before they came from Lupe, they were actually both Kinos originally.
Yeah, it was. That's crazy. It's a small world.
it's a small world.
Small world.
Yeah, that
I'm
that
glad. I'm glad you because back then I was like it was like a lot of it was a moving parts, and I think the male actually grew up from a baby.
yeah
It's just at the time I had like 5 males, so it was like damn.
yeah.
I don't understand.
You sold it to Lupe as like I think like a yearling. Because
Yep.
he sent me pictures of it, like the oldest pictures he has, and you can tell from those pictures it was maybe like a year old max.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I grew
then
that thing up from a baby.
Yeah, and then the female, she a big bitch.
She's huge. She's huge. She got a
Yeah,
big ass head. Yeah.
she's intimidating than a motherfucker. But
She's sweet though.
she,
She's a
I can't.
doll.
Yeah, she really is. The thing is that she's one of the. No, she is the only one in my collection that I can't take her out with the perch to take pictures of her in the sun.
Okay.
Because by the time that I leave the room, she's already off the perch in my arm.
Yeah. Yeah, she is intimidating though, because she got like a look. When you look at her while she's sitting on the perch, she look mean as shit. And it look like
Yeah.
it'll hurt. She'll hurt you if she bite.
That's all
She
he
was
get
nice though.
when he don't get his cheese plate for lunch. He just look real mean.
What's wrong with cheese, man?
Oh
Anyway,
God, we're not gonna start this shit.
anyway, Ruben, what you want to get off your chest before we get up out of here, man?
Um, I appreciate anybody that's entering. You know, this passion we all have, and y'all think it's a bright idea to ask me questions because I'm gonna give you some information, and then I'm gonna tell you, but don't take my word for it because I'm still not that guy. Just because I produced a clutch, I'm still not that guy. I do want to give Alex and Trav a big appreciation and a thank you. You know, you guys kept reminding me and telling me how you guys had conversations. Oh, and Sal, how you guys had conversations prior to me arriving there. You know, about how what I've been doing. You know, how I started from last year to now. You know, you guys gave me a lot of
Yeah.
props from. This is kind of one of those moments where somebody talks behind your back and you're actually appreciative, and I greatly appreciate y'all for those conversations.
Oh yeah,
You
we
know,
love you, bro.
yeah, yeah, much love for y'all. Yeah, like, all three of y'all were telling me how you guys were having conversations about me, and it was just nothing but good words. And I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all talking behind my back, respectfully.
We love you, bro. If anybody ever hears if you ever hear that me, Sal, or Alum had a conversation about you, is generally, I can say that Sal and Alum are not haters. They some
Ah,
good
dude.
guys.
Last year,
Chino, same boat.
last year, Alum was like he could notice I was still kind of scared of being there at the party because I was barely like a fresh keeper. You know, I was there because
Oh, your panties off.
Yeah. Shout out
Bill
to Adam,
invited
man.
me.
Shout out to
I was gonna pick up.
wholesome ginger.
Yeah, a man has a soul. I don't care what anybody says. That man has a soul.
Yeah, my
That's why I say
redhead
he one
cousin.
of the wholesome ones.
Yeah,
You know what
he's
I'm
a
Yeah,
saying?
wholesome ginger.
Yeah.
he helped
He's
create
whole
our
ginger. He's a
he
ginger root.
helped create our perfect squad. We were out there walking around with a black guy in dreads, an illegal Mexican, a British Middle Eastern, and then you had a white ginger. It was peak. It was perfect.
We definitely look like we should be on the picture, like the front of a textbook.
We look like we should be the cover of like NARBC whenever people go, oh, like, am I
I
invited to
don't know, man.
NARBC?
It sound like the next
Diversity.
Hangover movie
Yo, listen, if
or Harold and
it
Kumar.
could have went there. I
Something.
think we were just too responsible. I think we got lives. I got a wife and kids to get back to. Like in one sitting, I think I could have maybe 3 beers, with the exception of Friday night. I had a lot of beer on
Not
Friday
me.
night.
Not me. If you would have been driving, I'm gonna probably have about 12. You know what I'm saying?
I know my ass got drunk, and then you got my boy Trav over here. Hey, bro, you want a cigar? Probably the worst idea I could have done. My ass is over here thinking I'm holding the cigar, I'm drunk as shit, and I'm sitting there. My ass really thought it was a whole backwood. Took the fattest
He
and
did.
I took the fattest hit, inhaled,
Oh
and I said,
no.
I just remember looking, and Sal just looks at me and he goes, "You stupid." And I was like, I am, and I could feel it in my stomach, and I still continued to just smoke it, and every so often I'd inhale, thinking it's a whole backwood, but I just had to accept that it wasn't a backwood.
Much wider. I mean, I don't know how you
Nah,
Oh,
did
it
that.
depends. I don't know what backwood you be smoking.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't really want to smoke cigars alone anyway. So if you're around, I'll give you one. You know.
Nah, we were vibing with the cigars. That was like we literally had cigars and other substances just kind of cruising around the table. Everybody talking about chondros.
Shout out to my other. Shout out heavy on the other substances, man. Shout out to those.
I'm just on the cigars and beer. That's all I got.
Good. As long as ain't no
Nah,
Molly
don't
or
deny to the public. I seen you had a little bit of flour still on your nose whenever we left dinner. Don't lie.
he looked like it.
Don't
He
say
looked
that.
like it. He looked like it.
A little too old for
Nah,
drinking sugar.
nah,
I knew
just like
all them old
like
pimps like to play with their nose.
Hey, did you
that.
see that
that
video I sent you?
Yes.
Yo,
it was like the same. We kept saying we were all just high on life, bro. We were all just high on life.
That was your Uncle mine.
that's not my Uncle Bud. But I had to see that video to show you what a real country pimp looked like.
That's your Uncle mine.
Because
that was
that's
your
a
Uncle
real
mine
pimp.
back in the day.
That's not my Uncle mine.
Whatever.
Ruben, I would send you a video. I would send
All
you a
right, bet,
video
bet.
after this. It's like a pimp documentary from like the late 70s, early 80s of this country ass pimp from Dallas. He's a pimp in a cowboy hat.
I love it. I love to see
Hey,
it. Hell yeah.
I'm glad you brought it up because if I would brought it up, you'd be like, he's lying and all that. I'm just glad you said it.
Nah. You gotta understand. I've been watching y'all's videos for the 2 years. The type of comedy that runs through both of y'all's damn lungs. I probably believe 95% of the shit y'all told me. If you told me you legitimately hang out with midgets once a week, I'd believe you. I would believe you.
Listen, if he had the
Hey, if I did
opportunity, he
that,
would.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, I ain't even gonna say that. Never mind.
So what you go? You gonna
We
branch off
recording
and
right
make
now.
the midget bar room?
I pull up one every day right here. She'll be sitting right here on top of my snake cage.
See, what is that? It's like the stripper that hangs out with the owner all the time.
You know, hey, shout out to Dollar Bill.
This is Candy. She's my assistant.
Shout out to
You
Dollar Bill
manage a strip club. You don't have an assistant.
So,
All right, man.
if y'all know, just know that that's not gonna be the last pimp documentary that he sent you, Ruben. It's not gonna be the last.
I'm cool with it. Literally, there's moments with Lupe and with Chuck where it'll be silent. We don't send each other no memes, and next thing I know, one or the other will send me the most out of pocket fucked up meme, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all on? Like, ain't no way you watched this and you thought the first person. I'm gonna send this to Ruben. So if this man decided out of the blue to send me one of the most outrageous memes, I'm all for it. I'm all down.
I remember
Now,
I said that.
if you need good quality racism, just message Tuck.
Yeah, Tuck. Yeah, Tuck will help you out.
Tuck is a high quality racist.
Yeah, ugly
That's
racist.
why.
Though.
That's why he didn't want to always help me with my chondros because he's like
Tuck
this
is
goddamn beaner.
Tuck is
You
so
have to listen
racist
to him while
that
he's driving.
Tuck is so racist that God took his hair away because he said, "I don't need you to be this racist and attractive. I got to give you some struggle." So
First
you're
off,
gonna
that
lose
man
Tuck.
ain't never been attractive. You trying to give him too much credit, dog.
Okay, yes. Tuck
Once
Tuck
upon a
does
time, he looked. Once upon a time, he looked like our boy Dave D. Once upon a time.
Tuck
Tuck
look like
looks like
he too blowed though.
Tuck looks like a newt with a fitted hat on.
Ain't no way we're roasting that man, and that man's just sitting in the comments defensively.
It's like
It's just
a half hairy. It's like a mole rat with hair on.
on his ass. That's fucked up.
Yo, Tuck looks like the bootleg version of Earthworm Jim.
Oh, all right.
He like, I'm about this shit from a crackhead. What the fuck is this? It's Earthworm Tuck.
You gotta chill out. He gonna ride up. He gonna pull up on a bike with some business clothes on.
Nah, that's not true. He pulls up like 2 Chainz all the time. Pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing.
All I'm saying is, you gonna have a bike. You gonna have a biking helmet covering his cul-de-sac, bro.
Yo, that's God King Skoldesack right there. He's a
This
divine.
man said, Tucker said, let the record show I love everyone. We're not saying you don't. We're not saying
Yeah.
you
Hey, but
don't. You
look
can love
though.
everyone
Hey,
but still be a racist.
Yeah, you
Hey,
are
Tuck though,
racist.
check it out though. Tuck talked shit to me all last year in our fantasy league. He lost 2 times. To me, he talked shit this whole offseason and got his ass whooped yesterday because he thought he was, high shit. He drafted somebody, Tyreek Hill. So I wanted to get that out of the way too. Tuck, you still fucking suck. You are a fucking loser. You are a loser in your fantasy football life. In
Because that's
fantasy
real life.
football, in the fantasy football, you will never be nothing. You will never rise above me.
You sound like
Fuck
Mickey
yourself.
from Rocky. Rocky, you're a bum.
You're a bum. You'll never be nothing.
Rocky, you're a bum.
How long have y'all known this man that y'all on his ass this hard?
He do this shit to us all day, bro. Like,
He
you
do.
just hear us all the time. But
Yeah,
Tuck be sending
Right.
us racist ass memes all fucking day. And he
bro.
really enjoys it.
I wake
He
up to
thrives
like
from it.
7 of them.
Yo,
He's a
first of
racist
all, Tuck will
motherfucker.
send you shit and he'll write a caption with it too. Like, you could have just sent the meme. You didn't have to put no words to it.
Yeah,
Shut the
bro.
fuck up, Tuck.
Yeah.
He wanted to just kind of like a little bit of pizzazz up in there.
Yeah, fucking hairless pizzazz. Um, that's been us for the CBR,
Shout out to your
man.
weak ass fantasy football team, Tuck.
Real quick,
fuck,
I
fuck
know
Tuck.
y'all throw out like a lot of y'all sponsors. I just want to say it out there just for my boys. I don't know if anybody wears fitted hats. Hit up my boy Water Fitteds, like Whataburger, but Water Fitteds. And then I had a lot of people at the
Hey, what kind of fitted hats do
NARBC.
we have?
What do you mean? This was a new era. I don't know if that's what you're asking.
So
Yeah,
like,
this was a new era.
all right. So what kind he got? What? So do he like design them or like new eras or what?
Yeah, yeah. He does a lot of collaborations with Southside Skate Park over in Houston. We tends to drop new designs once a week. Badass designs. They sometimes come with hat pins. Sometimes they come with clips. This one actually came with with a pin on it. It's a lowrider on it.
So
Oh
that's the
my
custom build.
friend,
The like the purple.
drop a
Yeah,
low rider.
entirely, and then it's actually camo on the top. But it's like
Yeah,
That's
I'm looking
raw as
at it right
fuck.
now.
Hey, I'm a hat dude, man. You see, man. So I already know. I bet I'm a.
yeah,
Hey, when you got
Southside.
an Instagram page,
Yeah, Water Fitteds and then Southside Skate Park. They were the ones that worked together.
hey, send me
And then
his
I had a lot
page.
of people at
Send me his page when we get
NARBC.
off here.
Oh, I got you, bro. I had a lot of people at NARBC asking me previously from the party, and then regardless NARBC, whenever from my personal profile. This is my friend's company, Slump. Shout out to Caesar, Izzy, Ashley, everybody else over there. I wear their stuff most of the time, so
What
I
they do
just
at
got
what's
out.
what they do at Slump?
It's basically Houston streetwear. So it's just a lot of the
Cool.
Houston streetwear style. So I just
All right.
wanted to give them a shout out.
They got like they got some graffiti shirts and shit over there too.
Yes, sir. It's basically like old school 2000s while also doing like a modern hit on
I'm gonna check it
streetwear.
out. I'm gonna check it out.
I appreciate you boys having me on. It's
We
been a whole
appreciate you
year.
coming.
It's only been 3 days since I've seen you, Travis, but I miss
Uh,
you. No homo.
I miss you, bro. You gonna come back here more often. You just gotta stop lurking in the shadows. I know you be
I
trying to
stay.
be quiet.
What you mean? Yeah, remember, I'm just a guy in the background hanging a dab. We've said it before.
No, we're not letting you do that. You don't bring your ass back around here more often.
Where, in the Chondro Bar Room?
Yeah.
Is it rated R so that way I can just start bringing a bottle of tequila? I'm gonna just take shots out that bitch in the whole middle of the
I,
Hey,
episode.
hold on,
that
Ruben. This a
doesn't
bar.
bother us.
This a bar.
Yeah.
You could have did that this
You
episode.
could have did it now.
No, see, let's make something very clear. When I work out of town, I am sober. I've been sober. This weekend didn't happen. I didn't drink a single drop of
Yeah, as
alcohol. I
long as
haven't
you don't
drank
try
in
to, as
4 weeks.
long as you don't try to get naked on the show or nothing, you good.
Yeah.
Just kind of like throw a nipple or something.
See, I'm about
Some
Yeah, as
to
slack.
long as
get him out of
you
here.
don't
Get
start
his
acting
ass up
like
out of here.
Cuba Gooding Jr., we
Get
good.
his ass. Get his ass.
So, so what you're telling me is that at this point, ain't none of us goofy goobers. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that the Goofy Goobers was the Goobers Cuba was trying to show
Patrick,
you.
we already got the resident half naked man in Patrick. So
Yeah, we already got Pat. We can't
Nah,
really
bro, that
control Pat.
ain't no way. Like, ain't no. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the pool, whatever. And then I got Lucas over here, like, hey, bro, let's go chill in the hot tub and whatever. All right, cool, fuck it. And I'm drunk, I'm chilling. And then you got Patrick over here looking like a goddamn like perfect statue, cut up. I was like, bro, ain't no way this man just made me feel fat.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Shout out to Patrick, bro. That's fitness goals right there. That is peak.
Yeah, bro.
This man out here eating Hutchins casually
Because
and looks.
he don't eat, he don't eat like bread. Listen, he don't eat sides, man. He just eats meat. Like Patrick is a small caveman, replica. We have him.
That
We have
is
him.
that is the that is the Conjo Captain America. That is
Chondro,
the
Chondro Gandalf. Listen, bro. Let me tell you what Pat did, bro. Listen. So I was trying to get my snake from Pat, and I finally got my snake from Pat. And somebody else was looking for Pat, and I was like, "Damn, I don't know what Pat is." And like, I'm literally talking. I forgot who it was. It was it? It might
it
have
was
been.
Garrick. It was Garrick. It was Garrick.
Nah, this was Sunday, so it might have been Scott
Oh,
Flood. So like, I'm talking to him and telling somebody else I can't find Pat. Pat is literally like so small that he was like hiding behind a sign talking to somebody, and I just look. I'm just like, you've been here this entire fucking time, and I know he hadn't. I know he just snuck in there.
see,
Like he's
but Pat's just that guy. Pat is like
he's
everybody wants to
Gandalf,
talk to that
bro.
man. Yeah,
Pat is
everybody wants to
Conjo
talk to
Gandalf.
him though.
He
Yeah,
just
because
shows
everybody
up.
wants to talk to him. Hey,
He just shows up when you
there's not
need
a
him.
scene. If you can't have a conversation with Patrick, you have no social skills because Patrick Patrick is a people's person, and I respect him for it a lot because he can
Patrick
sit
is
there and he has so much knowledge, and I feel like. I mean, that doesn't mean for everybody to go and hit him up and bother him. No, 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 guys. Let's give the man some privacy.
I be
But
yeah,
bothering him.
I got to give props to that man Patrick because the whole time when I was at NARBC Saturday, he had different people having different conversations with him, and that you could see the passion in that man's face that he loves what he does.
Yeah, he does. He really
That
does,
is
bro.
that is the Conjo Gandalf.
Yeah, shout out to the people's champ of Chondro. You can tell me about whoever else you got. I don't care. I got Pat. Um,
yeah. Shout out
but
to the Conjo OG, the resident OG of the show.
I think that's it for us. You got anything else you want to get off, Ruben?
Y'all follow me. My thing is Centenary Conjo. So if y'all don't follow me already, y'all hit
Show
me
him your
up.
coin. Show him your coin.
Ah, bro, that's in my suitcase in my car. I'm about to move Airbnbs tomorrow.
Okay.
Slacking. Um, I'm gonna be repeating my Cyclops this year. If anybody's interested on some pure locality Cyclops, they're not as pretty
Shout
as
out to them
Kinos, but they're pretty
Shout out to
pretty
them Cyclops,
Cyclops.
man.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Hey, just keep me one.
Shout out to all
I
the
got you.
localities,
And
I
they
don't know,
are
bro.
every
even the
Cyclops.
I don't know about all of them.
Every Cyclops is beautiful in his own way.
You're beautiful.
They are the
You're
superior
And then
beautiful.
locality.
in the names of in the words of Ryan Young, I think we should just keep it to Cyclops. I think I'm gonna just sell all my designers and let's not mix in hybrids.
People gonna fight you saying that out loud. Every opinion you have about chondros is a strong opinion. Will have somebody talking about you're a fucking abomination.
In the words of Kino,
Nah,
do what you like. Do what you like.
In the words of the In Living Color theme song, you can do whatever you want to do in living color. That's been us for the Chondro Bar Room. We gonna get out of here. Shout out to Ruben and shout out to Keto for getting here kind of on time. And
every-
Hey,
everybody in
shout out to
Kino,
Tab for
everybody in
saying
Kino, ain't nobody got excuses. 2025, the party for NARBC, ain't nobody got no goddamn excuse. You have a whole 12 months notice.
this
Get
is
your
Keno's
goddamn
room
shit
at the Best
together.
Western.
You know,
Hey, real
we
talk. This year I had some deaths in the family, so it was kind of
Yeah.
all right. We'll let it slide.
then I had some car trouble. It was real fucked up the last 3 weeks. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's all right. We'll let it
So,
slide.
but don't
2025,
worry about it.
25.
2025,
Right.
I'll be there. I'm gonna be in Texas, showing my ass, figuratively speaking.
Are you
Sal
gonna?
You
said he
know,
wants to get a boys' crib. He wants to basically get a big Airbnb. All the boys just room in there, and like everybody who's not from town, just
Just
we
do
take
it
one.
for the boys.
Dude, the Airbnb we
hey,
had this year was founded. We
I
could probably do
need.
the same
I
one
got.
or something
I
similar.
only got one request.
Midget.
Just shut up. And that's been
Just
us for
one.
the Chondro Bar Room.
Just one.
Thank you to
All right,
everybody
all
who
right, all
showed
right,
up.
all right. No,
She
Ignore
you
could be
gotta
in
me.
my
let us spill
room.
it. Spill it. No, spill
She
it.
could be in
Spill
my
it.
room. You know,
Huh?
she could be in my room. She could sleep in my duffel bag.
That's it. You
All right.
guys have a good night and take care until we meet again. Peace
Duffel
out.
bag shouty. Call me duffel bag shouty. Next week, y'all.
Call them nothing.
Call me